Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nintendo Switch. Actually, no, welcome to a series I've never touched before, I don't know, about a week ago, roughly. I'm gonna go ahead and let this intro play, just for the heck of it. But welcome to, again, a series I'm not familiar with, but I watched NCS play this, and I very quickly fell in love with this game. Probably just because it came at a good time. I was kind of looking for a sandbox building game, but really wasn't feeling Minecraft, and so went with this, and I have been very, very surprised, pleasantly so, with what I've seen thus far. And this is Dragon Quest Builders for the Switch. The second one will be coming out soon. I believe this is available on Switch and also PS2. There might be a couple other titles it's for, but those are the two I can think of right out of the gate. And the way this game works is, story-wise, it's basically building off of an actual Dragon Quest game, where the villain offers the hero a Paper Mario 1000-Year Door choice of, hey, if you surrender, I'll give you half the world. And this world is a fallen world, so it's basically the what if for if that hero had actually done so. In the actual game, that would have been a game over, but it kind of goes on that. And so you're basically rebuilding the land, trying to make it better, that kind of thing. It's a very interesting take on the story, but it's surprisingly deep, all things considered, but not like bashing you over the head with, morality versus, like keeping yourself alive and self-preservation. It's very interesting, but very cool. I've thoroughly enjoyed it thus far. And as it's showing right here, you can make some very, very interesting things. This is done on an alternate account, and so this is not my actual one, so it's not going to have anything in it. But on my account, currently, I am doing the challenges for Chapter 2. I've beaten the story, I just need to go in and do the challenges. As for this might be a one-off. I might go and do all the challenges, it might just be a story thing. We're going to kind of play it by ear and see how you guys feel about it as a whole. Also, I should probably turn my mic down, so let's do that. And how's the game audio look? It looks decent. But if the audio needs to be changed, then let me know. In fact, I will actually pull Twitch up right now to make sure it sounds decent. That would be appreciated, I'm sure. So you're gonna get some reverb here in a second. Hooray! That actually sounds pretty good. Alright, cool. That saves us that trouble. Let's begin, shall we? So you can change the game settings here. Most of it's just camera changing and that kind of thing. I'm used to what I have. I'm going to change the look up and down, actually, to L and ZL, because that's what I've gotten used to. But aside from that, I will probably keep everything just about the same other than the message speed. Yes, I am happy with those settings. And we're going to begin with Chapter 1, Cantlin, a land of plains and plateaus in southern Alfgard, which was once home to a formidably fortified city. It's time to design your character. Let's select a gender. I'm pretty sure I'm a guy. Yep, pretty sure. Let's start with the hair color. As everybody knows, I naturally have purple hair. That's actually not true at all. We'll go with a proper hair color for me. My eyes are not that green. They're closer to an actual blue. And there we go. I'm actually using the Pro Controller, and you have to use the D-pad to do this, so it's a little... I mean, the D-pad on this isn't horrible, but it's weird that you can't use the analog stick. But hey, as long as it gets the job done. Are you happy with this character? Of course I'm happy with that character. So now it's time to build our world. Now there are small little changes that are in each and every world, but unlike Minecraft, largely it's about the same. So important locations you have to visit are still going to be in the same directions, that kind of thing. So this is replaying, well not replaying, but it's going back to the story of an older Dragon Quest that says, basically, I'll give you half the world if you're by my side. And again, this is what happens if the hero actually had said yes to that. At long last I found you. A single foolish choice has plunged this howled land into darkness. Beneath benighted skies, my children crawl as insects on the earth, powerlessly waiting their own destruction. Only by the power contained within may this ruined world be rebuilt. Arise, my child, your destiny awaits. Oh, does it? This looks like a grave. I think I was dead. Delta, my child, you've finally awoken. Do you remember who you are? Do you remember what you are? I'm pretty sure I'm a boy, because you asked me that earlier. I see, so you have no recollection of before. No matter, indeed, perhaps it is for the best. After a long slumber, your body no doubt will still be weak. Arise, my child, and see that you can move freely. So you've got your movement. Pretty basic stuff here. Use the analog stick on the left. B to jump. All seems to be well. You can fulfill your role. I've woken you that you might perform a vital task, a task upon which the fate of this fair world may... What? I do not doubt that you might feel a little poorly, but is it not the fate of your world more important than... Oh, my poor child, it is true. You're nearly at death's door. It seems your lengthy slumber has robbed you of your strength. I thought sleep was supposed to make you regain health and most things, but whatever. So yeah, B to jump, come up here, and your tutorial guide gives you some petals. You've been blessed with a special power, the power to combine raw materials to build items anew. You can work at this tree stump, there we go. Use the white petals you gathered to prepare some healing cream. So yes, you are a builder in this world, and the building's pretty straightforward. You just come up to a build, pick the item you want. You can make X to make as many as you want, or A to just build one of them. Pretty dang simple. Wonderful, you've made your first creation. You have power shared by none other in this world, and also I'm going to try to mess with something real quick, so you might get a crazy large window for a split second here. Let's fix the borders on this slightly. There we go. That's a little better. Delta, my child, you have a power shared by none other in this world. Power to build new things from raw materials. Right, so builders are like super, super rare in this world. They, like pretty much every person you run into is going to have no concept of not only how to build things, but what building even is. And you'll see that as we run into other characters. Well, yes, I understand that you wish to leave this place, but you must first learn of your... Very well. I'll show you how to build a path out of the crypt. You can also change the camera with the right thumbstick. First, take this broken branch. Thanks. Well done, you've picked something up. So yeah, again, you can also craft weapons. There's a lot of different things you can see. Items, light sources, weapons. You'll see blocks, a bunch of different things later on. So when you create a weapon, it'll automatically go into your equipment. At this point, I'm kind of skipping through the tutorial a little fast here, but in order to use your equipment, you hit A, just whenever you're not facing anything, to go to menu. This will show all your items right here, any recipes you've got, your blueprints and all that good stuff, your status, your miscellaneous stuff like exiting the game, how to play, and more importantly, in this case, your equipment. So you go here and equip your weapon. So they can be used for fighting, they can be used to break certain things. Some weapons would be better at breaking certain objects than others, kind of like with Minecraft. So, for example, using a hammer or an axe is going to be better on rock, as opposed to swinging a sword or a stick at it. So now I want you to gather materials and just get out of here. Really, you only need to take a few of these with you, but that should be enough. Oh yeah, that's more than enough, trust me. But you will be needing these blocks relatively shortly. It's not in the Switch version, but if you're going to try to clear the game in a fast amount of days, you're going to want to gather as much materials as you can, or at least that you would need a bare minimum, before the day-night cycle actually starts. And you've got a while before that happens, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, placing blocks is as simple as X. It's at the bottom right there to place. You can hit, because of the way I have it set, normally it's L and R, but in my case it will be ZL, the trigger, to look down, and Z, the bumper, to look up, and so you can place things below or above where you normally look. Just keep in mind that the block will have to be touching something else when you place it. You can't just, you know, place it, like, up here. You can't place things in midair. It does have to be able to touch something. Alright, let's get out of here. Yep, we found our way out of our grave. So what you have to do is basically rebuild different towns, and it's just one town per chapter, at least thus far. For me, it has been. So you're going to use the power of creation and rebuild the world. Because the way this works, because people can't build things and all the towns have been destroyed, people don't live together at all. There's no towns, there's no groups, everybody's basically, you know, trying to survive on their own. And so what you're going to do is bring people together and, you know, help them actually create a community. So this is Ch.1. Long, long ago, a bustling city thrived here, ringed around it with all sorts of stout fortifications, but all was destroyed by the relentless attacks of the monsters. Scarcely a trace remains of its former greatness. You must use the power within you to rebuild the city of Ch.1 to its former glory. This will be the first step on your journey to make Elfgard rise once more. It's the end. I bestow you a gift. So at the start of each chapter, you'll be given one of these. And this is a banner of hope, and it will produce little light things so you know where to go. Take this banner of hope in hand and seek the source of light you see before you. Even as darkness closes around them, the men and women of Ch.1 flew this flag to the bitter end. Plant the banner in the land once more, that its bountiful light might serve as a symbol of Ch.1's restoration. Make haste for the Pillar of Light. So this is basically a way of letting people know, hey, there's a town here, or at the very least they'll see fittingly enough, they'll see the light, and so as a result they'll start showing up, and, you know, sometimes they have quests for you, sometimes they don't, in order to have them, join your town, but usually they'll want to join your town straight out of the gate. As with you would expect in a typical Minecraft fashion, early on in the game, pretty much just collect anything you can. Really, the big stuff right now would be to collect broken branches, the set of grassy leaves. Maybe kill some slimes as well. Your weapons do have durability, as you can see in the bottom left, and I'm going to try to stay out tutorial mode for too long, but I can probably explain it better than the actual tutorial guide can. Your weapons do have durability, so keep in mind they can break, but it does take a while for them to break, so overall it's not too bad. That was not what I was expecting to get from that slime. This is what you normally get, blue goo, which is used for making torches and other fire sources. The milk blossom bud is just something you can plant that will sprout a flower inside of your, Really? Another one? That's also a rare drop. If you want to know what something ever is, you can go to items right here and we'll show you. So yeah, this will produce a flower when planted. There's some things I'm actively not breaking, such as rocks, giant trees, that kind of thing. You can pick up the plumberries as well. They're used for health. You'll have a health meter later on. Not too much later, so you might as well grab what you can. But enemies typically have common drops and rare drops, so it was weird to see 2 rare drops from the first of that enemy type that I killed. So right now I'm just going to kind of roam around the basic vicinity. I'm not going to go too far away from where we need to plant the flag, because once you do plant the flag, it will always be on your map as a white flag that's your, yeah, I know, white flag, surrender, how fitting. It'll always, you know, be able to point you back to your town with a compass in the top right, so I'm not going to venture too far out for now. But if you are going to try to clear the game within a certain time limit, this is the way to do it right here, is picking up everything you can until you can't get anything more that you need without having the timer started. Because once you complete quests and things like that, you might get certain blueprints or stuff that will enable you to craft new weapons or building blocks, stuff that you'll need later on. So now you're just kind of currently stuck with the bare essentials, as it were. So there's some pink petals. And again, the one you really want to pick up is just the grassy leaves. The petals help for building healing creams and whatnot. However, if you're pretty decent at combat in this game, you'll find that it's not going to be too terribly difficult. If you're even halfway decent at the combat in Minecraft, the combat in this game is even easier, largely, except for the actual end-of-chapter bosses. So really, you shouldn't have any problem. If you're at least decent with Minecraft combat, you're probably not going to need to heal too terribly often. Plus, there's another healing item you can pick up that's even better than this one, and you start getting them pretty soon on. couple more things here, and then we'll head back. You also want a fair bit of broken branches to make more weapons. You'll be able to make an oaken club as well, which is a stronger weapon, so I would recommend you have enough for that, which I think it only takes 3 broken branches, but the stick is 1, so... Unsurprisingly, the stuff that's stronger, of course, takes either more material to craft or harder to find material to craft. We'll kill the slimes on the way there, and then we'll go and actually build up the town here. Also, hello, Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Hello, Logistus, and yes, I did check out the Discord general chat. I responded to your post, actually. I didn't at you at it, but, in it, rather, but I did see it. Alright, let's actually get into this town here, though this does not look like much of a town, but we'll be fixing that shortly. For now, though, pull out the Banner of Hope and use it. And just like that, we've officially had a warm and soothing light spread all around. So everything in that little square that's lit up slightly, that is the border of your town. And as far as I know currently, because again, I've only beaten the first 2 chapters, there is no way to expand that border. So build your town inside of it, and be very careful. And then after you plant the flag, someone will show up. What's that funny flag doing there? Something so special about this place. It's so bright and inviting. My name's Pippa. What's yours? There's in this town is an exclamation mark over the head. That means they have a quest, basically. What's that? You're the one who planted the flag here. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Where did you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You don't remember? The goddess told you to come here. So you've got amnesia and you're hearing voices? That's not suspicious in the slightest. Oh, but this place is just so lovely. Can I live here? I'm not stopping you. Delta, my child, even with the power that dwells within you, you cannot rebuild Cantland alone. Your first step in rebuilding a city must be to to house those who join you in living here. I don't know where I pulled that honor from. And they both start with an H and they're both 5 letters. Little remains of this dilapidated house save the door. Repair it by filling in the holes and walls with earth. You can place blocks above you by holding L and below you with ZL. Hold down X and you'll place one block on top of another. Hold it down while moving to place many in succession. So yeah, they give you a couple blocks of earth to do that in case you didn't grab any. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with something else here. So yes, even though the actual marker is right here, if it's a 2-block high thing, you can actually still place blocks like so. And if you get that little blue light around it, then that means you're doing it for a quest or a blueprint or something, and the blue light means that you have put the block in the correct space, and it was the correct block as well. Wow, that's incredible. The walls are all full of holes, but now they're as good as new. Huh? You fixed it? With dirt? I thought you were just a weird boy with voices in his head. But you completely fixed that broken down old house. You must have some kind of special power. Here, take these. I found one way here. You can have him fix the house for me. And she gives you some white petals. Thank you kindly. You must have some kind of special power to be able to fix up the old house like that. How'd you do it? What? You got the power to build new things? What does build mean? That's my child. Do you remember what I told you? Long ago, the people of Slan lost the power of the creation. Yeah, again, they don't know what building means. But anyway, I really appreciate you fixing the house like this. It's not much use without some kind of light inside. But I don't see any torches lying around here. Besides your Banner of Hope, you'll find a mason's workstation. You can use it to build a torch. That's basically a better tree stump, so you have more crafting options there. And of course, they give you the stuff for torches, because they're not going to be that mean to you early on. Okay, I'm thinking about what I want to do here for a second. Yeah, I think we're going to do it that way. Alright, so since the borders are pretty much already kind of placed for me, I am going to go ahead and level the area out, predominantly, as best I can. The question is, what level do I want to build it on? Do I want to build it down one or up, like where I am right now? Probably where I am right now is going to be the best way to do it. So, as a result... Yeah, stuff's getting close to breaking, that's fine. Now you'll notice that even though I did break the stone, it didn't actually drop stone. That's because the weapon itself is not strong enough to actually do anything for that, so you'll need something better. So at this point, we're just going to kind of level out the town. It'll make it easier. Again, we're not on an official day and night cycle. We're not having to worry about our hunger meter, so now's a really good time to do this. Just keep in mind you have a limited amount of item space as well. And the stick is falling apart, so let's place this here real quick. I'm actually going to make a couple of these. And the good news is this will give us plenty of earth to work with as well. And once we get up to 99, it will start putting in a second block here, like so. And if you don't really like the walls being made out of dirt, don't worry, you'll be able to change that later, and it's actually a lot easier than having to deconstruct every last wall and then put in more. There's actually some items that will just, if you use them, it will change any nearby dirt blocks to whatever the type of block you wanted was. If this looks a little boring to you yet, don't worry, just give it a little bit of time. I promise you it will speed up once you get the a decent part of the town built here. I think I'm going to make everything 3 blocks high for the actual spots here. In order to be a proper house, it does have to follow certain rules, kind of like Minecraft. So in this case, it has to be at least 2 blocks high, has to have a door, and has to have a light source, and it can't have any open spots in it at all. I'm not gonna like make a complete border around here because I also don't have any doors currently, but I am gonna wall it off a little bit. Because eventually monsters will start coming, and they usually won't attack the walls directly, and if they do, by that point you'll probably have strong enough walls to where they actually can't damage them at all. However, it also makes sure that you can't just randomly get ambushed while you're building something, so there is that to it at least. I'm gonna leave that as it is. I'm not going to be able to destroy that big rock, but I can get rid of the small one here. I'm trying to figure out where the light border is here. Alright. We should be alright. You do want to leave at least 1 extra row of light. That's predominantly for the boss fight, so you can put up a barricade. For normal fights, it won't matter if the barricade is technically outside of the city, but for the boss fight, it will, and you'll see if we ever get to that point. If I do a couple more videos of this, you will see why that's important. There's also no downside really to making walls 2 sets of blocks thick because enemies can destroy them, so having that extra little bit of defense certainly can't hurt. I'm not going to break the stone blocks where the flag is, because I don't believe you can remove the flag or these little things I'm standing on right now. The stone you can, but not the thing above it. Just clear out a little bit of this. There's nothing here right now really big, but we're probably going to be making another room or 2 in this area, and so having spots where you can place things will be helpful. Obviously some of these are already kind of built, so we're going to have like the 3 rooms here, the one over there, that kind of thing. I'm going to leave that block there so I can jump up here if I need to. I'll worry about fixing that hole in a little bit. For now, I just want to get the last of this wall. Make sure that looks correct. Yeah, I think that's still part of the border. It's not glowing, but that... Like, if it goes all the way down to there, it would make sense that this line is part of it as well. So we should be good on that front. So the last thing to do is, of course, just simply fill in all these holes. And if you run out of dirt, which I'm about to do, which, you know, it shouldn't be too terribly surprising if you do, because you do need a fair bit, just go out and grab some more. And it's always a good idea when you go out exploring proper to keep at least some dirt on you, just so you can build out of situations if you need to. Wait until I got about 50 here. Alright, 66, 65, that looks good. See, even after this hole gets filled in, you can already tell it's going to look a lot better from how it did. And also clear out all the grass as well, too, if you want. At least all the grass is sticking up like that is. This game has just, like, such a chill vibe to it. Which is probably one of the big things I like about it, because even dying in this game is not that big a deal. Because you can die, but like all that really happens is some of your items get dropped, but like you can go back and get them. There's no other penalty to doing that. At least as far as I played, again, only through Chapter 2, there's no challenge that says, oh, you have to beat this entire chapter without losing a single life, or dying at all, rather. There we go. Starting to look a little bit better already. Oh yeah, you can also hit up or down on the D-pad to switch between your weapons, which is what I just did right there. It's also why I made the second club, because I had a feeling the first one was likely going to break before I was done. The other thing is you never have to build a roof for these things. Like, you can, but you don't have to in order to make it an actual room. First, let's clean out the room a little bit here for her. So now, what she did is she gave us the materials to make a torch, which again is just the goo and a branch. Just go over there. You'll notice that it says ×5 on the torch, so you need 1 branch and 1 blue goo, but it'll actually give you 5. So you'll have some extra ones. After you make it, just go and doctor. Hey, where'd you find that torch? You didn't find it? You built it? Ah, so that's what building means. You picked up stuff from around here and somehow changed it into a torch, right? Yeah, that's kind of what building is just taking 2 different things and combining them together to make something else. Hey, do you think you might be able to build anything with this? If you need any more, I'll see if I can find some. A broken branch? By all means, give me as many as you want. I keep running out of those things in my other file. I just realized something. You never told me your name. Delta? Pfft, what kind of a name is that? It doesn't sound like you'd have any special powers at all. Even though Delta chemically stands for change? But you can't judge someone by their name, right? Anyway, Delta, you still got all those torches made, right? We should put one in the house. So yeah, room is complete if it has walls 2 blocks high, a door, and a source of light to stave off the darkness when the sun has set. So let's go ahead and make it into an official room. I'm just going to say we put the torch right in this corner. If you ever want to see where the window is for something and it's not showing up, just move off of that with the D-pad and your item menu on the left and right, and then just put it back. And there you go, an empty room. And 300 experience as well, as you can see in the top left. Your base does have levels, and as far as I can tell, it only goes up to 5. But by doing that, you can get more, quote-unquote abilities for your city. Usually it means things like, if you're fighting in your own city, you'll get more defense, that type of thing. Brilliant, now that it's all lit up, the room's perfect. You're amazing, Delta, you really do have special powers. It's hard to believe that someone who looks so dopey could be so talented. But you can't judge someone by their appearance, right? Yeah, you can't judge someone by the appearance of the name, even though you've already done both of those things. But she gives you a Seed of Life, a very, very, very useful item. The Seed of Life gives you complete max health, no matter how low you are, and also increases your current HP by 5. So hang on to them. Thanks, you have such a lovely room, but don't you think it'd be better if we had something to sleep on at night? I know, maybe you could build something. We just got materials that you might fashion some bedding. So you put a bed in the room, you can sleep in it any time, night or day to restore your health. It'd be great if you could make 2 things to sleep on. If we had 2 beds, we could sleep next to each other. So what you need to do is make a straw mattress, and that requires grassy leaves. And the AI starts telling you how to make it, but then you get a little light bulb, and you figure out how to make it yourself. So whenever you get to certain quests, your character might figure out how to build something that they didn't know how to build before. And in doing that, that means, of course, that, you know, you get new material, or you get new recipes, you can build on top of stuff you've already built, that kind of thing. So now what we're going to do is the straw bedding, or making the bedding and having it be put in the room, is the straw that turns on the hunger meter for your character, as well as the day-night cycle. So if there's anything you want to do before that cycle appears that you can pick up, now is the time to go ahead and grab it. So if you want to gather up a bunch of different materials, you know, a bunch of the grassy leaves, a bunch of sticks, a bunch of blue goo, that kind of thing, now is your opportunity to do it. Speak now or forever hold your peace type of thing. Keep in mind, you do have a limited amount of inventory, but, you know, just make do with what you can get. It's kind of weird that I got these milk blossoms and, poorly buds. That kind of actually creates more of a problem than anything, because I was not expecting to have those. So I think I'm going to go ahead and plant them for the time being in here. And just get a little bit of experience, and then that'll help clear out my inventory some. Go items and quick stack those so they're a little bit better. If you want, you can take the torches ahead of time, because again, we're not going to see night, and usually you're not going around carrying the torches as much as you are the weapons, but you can go ahead and put some torches in rooms. And that'll help for later, and again, clear out some of my inventory. And before we go, and do something else I plan on doing, make 2 more of these. Alright, let's go. I just need to remember which direction we're supposed to be going. I believe it is over this way to the northeast. There's a character you can pick up and bring to your town. You're not supposed to do this until later, but you can do it now. So if you do it ahead of time, then you get a slight advantage in that regard. And it won't mess up the quest order. It will, it'll still spawn the quest saying, hey, you should go find this guy. I think he went off this direction. But if you've got him already, then it just automatically ends the quest and gives you the rewards. And of course, there's also different stuff you can pick up depending on where you go, because the maps here are all very huge. So there's a lot more to them than might first appear. So here's a box and a bonfire. Bonfire is burning brightly. It looks like it's been freshly soaked. Someone might be nearby. So that's kind of your hint towards, oh hey, there might be someone that I can interact with here. And the bonfire is, of course, also a light source. And here's a chimera, and when you kill them, they'll usually drop chimera feathers. And you do want to try to fight as many of those as you can, because... One moment. My chair has decided to fall down. And by fall down, I mean lose the height on it. There we go. And by building those, you can warp yourself back to your base. They're a very useful item to have. And even if you've got somebody following you that you're going to take back to your base, they'll actually go with you. So in that regard, chimera wings are very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and take this straw door as well. These ancient books are so difficult to read. Deciphering the Cantland Crutchel might take much longer than I originally thought. Handwriting's so bad the Delta cannot sum up the will to read anymore. That's fair. So we'll take the dilapidated crate. I might as well take this with me. Well, actually no, there's no reason to, because I'm full on items. So if I find something better that I want to take with me, which I already have, then I'll swap some stuff out. Keep in mind, also, you cannot go into deep water. You can go into water this deep, but if you go any farther, you just fall out of the world, and it drops you back with you losing some health, so make sure you don't do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the dilapidated crate. Again, you can see what all your items do, and the crates are typically for points. The crate that I initially ran into is worth 100, and the dilapidated one is only worth 10, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm going to replace those with mushrooms, which are used for a lot of different crafting recipes, so I'm going to try to grab a fair few of these while I'm going around. A lot of finding your correct recipes in this game just really come down to exploring certain areas, and you'll find what you're looking for. So what we need to do is break these blocks, because there's a guy in here. And I guess we can go ahead and do that, but I'm going to keep looking around for the mushrooms as well after I save him. Phew, free at last. I cannot thank you enough, young man. But tell me, who exactly are you? I'm sure I would remember such a funny-looking face. Does my face really look that weird? What? You're saying you're building a town near here? Why, my bushy beard, that is wonderful news. Let me help. Let me join your city to help rebuild it. Sure. What are you pulling that face for? You look like you just swallowed an insect. Well, you may make whatever strange face you like. I'll find my way to your town whether you like it or not. I'm Rollo, the proud owner of the most venerable of books, the Cantland Chronicle. I assure that it and I will prove invaluable to this new city of yours. Now lead the way. So he joined your party. And he'll just follow you around as you would expect. He can only jump up one block high at a time, so keep that in mind. This will come in handy later, so don't worry about it for now. It's basically where you go to end the chapter after you've defeated the boss, so much, much later. But yeah, if he can't get up, he'll kind of get your attention, and he'll be like, hey, wait up for me, and, you know, you gotta help me get around this obstacle in some way, shape, or form. That kind of thing. Oh, there is another one there. Excellent. Cooking is also something else you can do, but we'll see more on that later. In addition, your NPCs also will help you fight enemies that swarm the base. They will not with the boss of the chapter, but everything else they will help you with. They won't be able to do as much damage as you typically, but they are at least there, so they don't just sit around and let you do all the work. And even with other things like cooking, they'll actually occasionally make their, not their own recipes, but they'll make their own things that you already know how to make, and they'll, you know, put them in nearby chests, because some specific room types require a chest, and so that way you might come back after a long journey and find more food that you never made in there, and it's because they made it for you to use. So they're not actually completely useless, like a lot of other games where they can be. Might as well build up to 99 of these petals, since I'm almost there anyway. So now we can just follow the white flag in the top right there. And here we are. Welcome. By my bristly brows, this town is positively brimming with life. Why do you believe the Cantlin Chronicle describes this very place? It's the perfect location to bring the legendary city of Cantlin back to life. Oh, my mention of the legendary tome piques your interest, does it? The Cantlin Chronicle is an invaluable volume of ancient knowledge passed down in my family over countless generations. It is many hundreds of years old, and its pages tell of mankind's hapless history and lost art of creation and construction. Deciphering this ancient text could reveal secrets vital to the restoration of this once great city. Our meeting is no mere coincidence, Delta. I assure you we are destined to rebuild this magnificent town. Together! And also with that other person, too. So he's rescued, and we'll have him for later. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and use this door right here and build another empty room, and also clear out my inventory a little bit. We'll also place a crate in here for some points. And we'll take a note and put it in here as well if you want to see what the note is. It's not anything particular anymore. Piece of paper perfect for jotting down ingenious ideas or shopping lists, so it adds a little bit to your score, so we'll just stick it right there. Excellent. Nothing too terribly much to add in here, I don't think. So that gives me 3 inventory slots to work with. Alright. I did say I was going to top that off to 99, so I might as well do that now. I think I'm going to grab some more mushrooms over here before I do anything else. Because these come in handy for a lot of different things. If I remember correctly, there are a fair bit of chimeras up on that wall up there, so I'll probably go and fight some of them to get some chimera wings. Those are another good way to make sure that you use your time wisely in terms of the 20 days, which technically you have an unlimited amount of days to complete the game, so that's only free for trying to complete that challenge on the PlayStation version. confident with 40. So I'll just pick up what I can on the way to where I'm going. That's another very big key to this game, is making sure you don't get too distracted with something while you're doing something else. I'd like to get about 12 Chimera wings. Or not wings, but feathers to make at least 4. Because I believe it takes 3 for each, so that would be a nice amount to have. In fact, there's probably something up there, so I'm going to build up that wall as well. There was something up here, treasure. There are little mini challenges that are just kind of scattered throughout the world, and if you can complete them, you'll get stuff. Usually, yep, a seed of life. So it was worth hopping my way up here. Also, as a fair warning, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these now to get my HP up to a max of 40, but fall damage does exist in this game. I just took 4, the tutorial kind of cut it out there. But fall damage does exist in this game, so watch out for that. And I think the farthest I've fallen is to make me lose 10 health, but that wasn't particularly far, so it can scale pretty quickly. I know there's some up there if we wanted to go all the way up and get to it, but... try to go ahead and scale it, why not? In fact, you might be able to see it from here, depending on... Remember, yeah, you can see that dragon way out there in the distance. In fact, I'm almost tempted to try and fight it now, just see how it goes. But I think it'll come back when I have at least a, like, medium-level equipment here. Namely, some better armor. The dragon actually isn't that tough. There's 3 of them, and one of the challenges, the actual challenges, also on Switch version, is to, defeat all 3 of them. That's 13. I'll go and grab 15 to get an even number here. Alright, let's go back home. I'm running low on health, I do not have any healing creams on me. I have a seed of life, but I'd rather not waste it if I can help it. We should be fine at this point. Also means what I can do is when I get here, I can just build a lot of healing creams. There we go, 33 healing creams, 9 Chimera wings. Oh, so it takes 5, not 3, but you get 3 each time you make a set, so that makes more sense. I'm actually going to build 1 more straw mattress for our other resident. And then... get my health back up. Get my items back into a more orderly fashion here. And there we go, base basic bedroom, and then it'll tell you what you need. So in this case, just an actual room, of course, a light source, and a straw mattress. I'll go ahead and place a third one here as well for our other resident. And there we go. Wow, you built something to sleep on. Thank you, Delta. No sweat. Whether it's night or day, you can sleep on any bed that's within a room to recover your health. As the sun sets, the darkness will close in around you, and more powerful monsters emerge in force. Yeah, namely the ghosts, but they're more of a nuisance than anything. So it's telling you can sleep to get back your health. That does take an in-game day, so watch out for that. And really, just keep a bunch of healing creams on you, and you'll never have that problem. You really won't. Was the goddess speaking to you? You were staring off into space with your mouth open again. Yeah, and that's how flies get in, too. So at this point, you'll begin to feel time passing by. But we're pretty good on items, so we should be able to do a lot of these quests very quickly. Time flies. Kind of flies, walks, swims, a bunch of things to my knowledge. Whether you're collecting materials or building rooms, time is always on the move. Eventually night will fall and another day will dawn. You can check what time it is on the clock in the top right corner. With all this fun around and collecting stuff, aren't you getting a bit hungry? Yeah, now that time passes, you're actually, getting hungry. Huh? No, it's not just me. That's not my tummy rumbling. You must be hearing things again. But anyway, look, there are a lot of plumberry trees around here. Plumberries are kind of small and they don't really fill you up, but they're really sweet and juicy. Can you please go get some plumberries for me, Delta? Please, we'll need at least 5 for a decent meal. Plumberries, a small pink fruit. Yeah, you've seen me pick a bunch of these up already. Wow, you found so many plumberries. Can I have them? Yeah, take them. Whew, hooray! Thanks, Delta. Tell the truth, I'm actually really, really hungry. Here, these are for you. It's your share. I mean, you should be starving too, right? They're really tasty. You should try them. And she's kind enough to not only give you some of them back, but you get the majority of them back. Keep in mind, it's an odd number, so somebody was getting the majority there. As time passes, you become hungry and hungry. You can now see how full you are by checking the hunger meter on the top left corner of the screen and fill yourself up by eating food. The big thing is just if you're at no health, you'll start losing health. Or if you're at no hunger, there's no hunger left on your bar and you start getting hungry, you'll start losing health. You're around smashing things up, smashing up all the trees and grass and stuff and using materials you build to find new things, right? That's not that correct. The materials you find to build new things, right? It'd be pretty useful to have somewhere to store all that stuff, don't you think? After all, you're gonna have to collect a lot of materials pretty soon. Yeah, this is the big thing I wanted. Why? Well, it's a secret. Tee, but you should still make something to put all your stuff in. I can think of an item. It is a chest. And I should have gotten the one that had the Seed of Life in it, but I probably couldn't break it with my current weapons. But that's just something for actually giving you points. You don't actually store anything in that type of chest. It's just called a treasure chest. Branches bound together form a stout, strong box. Can be used to store items. Let's go and do it. And there it is under furniture. I'm actually going to make a couple of these real quick. I think 2 should be fine for now. Wow, you made a chest. You can put all the stuff you collect in there and go collect even more stuff. You know, Delta, there's something I've always wondered. What exactly happened in this world? They say that the light was stolen from us by a really bad man. Ever since, it's been all anyone could do just to survive. No one cares about anyone but themselves, and they never help anyone else out. Anyway, I think it's super boring to live like that. Don't you think it'd be fun if we could rebuild the city and everyone could live together? Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty nice. I feel like if you're around, anything can happen. We should do everything we can to make this town a great place to live. But we'll need loads and loads of materials to do that. That's why I asked you to make a chest. Alright, so it's agreed. I almost read that as airtight, and I was like, I don't know where I'm getting these words from randomly today. We're gonna build the biggest, bestest city in the whole wide world. I'm pretty sure this is the only one, at least in this world, so by definition, we've already done that. I'll have to think about what we need to build, and you'll build it. You're gonna help me, Delta, aren't you? Of course I'm gonna help. It's gonna be a lot of work to turn this place into a huge city, isn't it? Is there anything I can do to help? Like, maybe I could build something. That'd be pretty helpful, wouldn't it? But if we're just gonna build things, I'm gonna need a room to work in. Just like the one in this picture. Delta, could you build me a room like the one I've drawn? Please? Pretty please? See, your example is Woken Young Pippa, the will to build. Blueprints such... Yeah, they basically give you blueprints and then you set them on the ground with X and then you build that room or whatever they want you to do. You have to do exactly how they tell you to. And it has to be within your base as well. If it's a room. For the workbench, you could use that nation's workstation near the flag, yeah. And then we'll need a door to get in and out and a torch or something to light up, but you can find that, you can make things like that from raw materials. And then they give you the straw door. Remember, I stole the other one from that other house. But a door made of sticks and straw can be opened and closed. very quickly because it's bugging me. I think what I'm going to do is destroy the wall right there and put it back here. So I'm not having to go around that sign. It'll be a little bit easier that way. Alright, so with the blueprints, let's see how big this is. Yeah, I'm going to put it where I usually do. It's going to be able to fit in here. Yeah, I feel like that's a decent enough spot. I'm trying to figure out where I want the door, though, namely. Nah, I think I like how I had it initially. I think I want it here. So now if you stand on and press minus, you can figure out all the things that you need for it. Like so. So let's start with the easiest stuff, which is just the earth. Now, once you actually build the blueprint proper, it has certain things that have to be placed in a certain way. But after that, you can take them down, and as long as the same components are still there, you'll be fine. So, if it has the bonfire in a specific place and you don't want it there, build it with the bonfire there, and then just change it in a little bit. So that's all the earth. So now we need the chest, the straw door, the mason's workshop, and the bonfire. Well, we have the chest and the bonfire already, so let's go ahead and put those down. I'm actually going to make a couple straw doors here. And by a couple, I mean 4. And no, I didn't just pull that number out randomly. You'll see why in a second. Because keep in mind, we already have doors on those 2. So by doing that, we get an empty room there. An empty room there. An empty room there. And then put the door that they actually asked for there. And then, of course, last but not least, the studio right there. And like that, the blueprint is done. And that is the stonemason's workshop. Room built for building that puts everyone in a Masonic mood. Residents will build furniture materials and put them in the chest. All you need is a light source, the actual room, a chest, and the mason's workstation. And there you go. Right, you built the workroom I asked for. Thanks, Delta. It's just like the one in my picture. Off the inhabitants of your town will seek to assist your efforts by presenting you with blueprints. Should you lack sufficient resources to complete a blueprint or other construction, search for them in the nearby wilderness. Some materials can only be obtained by defeating the monsters that maraud the wilds, thus freeing them from their grasp. So yeah, they will build things, and then you'll be given some items for that. They'll just do it randomly. It's quite nice of them, really. So now that that's been taken care of, I am going to slightly alter how this room looks. This is probably going to get destroyed here a little bit. That's fine, since it's going to get rebuilt anyway. Because now that we don't have to build it exactly like the blueprint had it, we can just do that. Alright, I couldn't get the door. Let's see. Place that there for a second here. And there you go, now it's back to the workshop it already was. So I think for this right one I'm going to put in all the blueprints and stuff. I don't really use that frequently. cloth when I'll put stuff I would actually use to build, so I'm going to keep the branches on me. Well, no, I'll go ahead and put a bunch of the stuff in. I'm not going to put the food stuff in there, though. Put the coarse cloth in there. That should be good for now. I'll take this with me as well. Might need it a little bit. Thanks again for the work from Delta. Now we can make everything we need to rebuild the city. But it's not going to be much of a city with just the two of us living here. Yeah, you should go and talk to that guy that's been hanging out here for, like, the last 20 minutes. The truth is, when I was on my way here, I saw a suspicious-looking man lurking around nearby. He looked like a bit of a weirdo, so I waited until he went away and ran straight here. Really? But maybe if we asked him to come and live with us, he might lend a hand in rebuilding the city. This is the point where they'd say, yeah, he's on the other side of the mountains, and so they'd be like, hey, go and find him. But I already did that. And it would pop up that quest marker so you would know where to go, but I already knew where to go. So it's already been taken care of. What's that? You think he seems a bit shady? You might be right there. That's why I avoided him in the first place. When I first saw him, he was giggling to himself and stroking this enormous book. That's creepy. But he's got a beard. He must be pretty dependable, right? I mean, just ask my best friend. He's got, like, a crazy, amazing beard, and he's had it since he was, like, 15. No, that's not an exaggeration, either. He must be really clever, too. I mean, he's got such a big, bushy beard, after all. But anyway, now that we found a new friend, we can work together to make this the best city in the whole of Alfgard. And you're given another seat of life. How nice. Thank you. And so at this point, she doesn't currently have a quest for you, but the other guy does. So we'll go talk to him. Delta, my friend, I do not mean to cast doubt on your claims, but it was truly you who constructed these buildings? 'Twas I indeed. If that were true, it mean you'd have the power to build new things, a gift mankind lost so long ago. Could it be that you are the builder of whom the Cantland Chronicle speaks, the legendary figure blessed with the power of construction? Bah, of course not. If the builder had a face like that, I'd eat my own beard. What? Ah yes, Delta, I nearly forgot. The path across the mountains between this town and the place where you and I first met was dreadfully treacherous, wasn't it? Well, the Cantland Chronicle describes a special tool that can be crafted from the feathers of those chimeras. Yeah, we already got that taken care of. Yeah, this is where you'd have to do that, but goddess above, that is a chimera wing, is just as the Cantland Chronicle describes. Then there's no doubt about it. Then within you dwells the long-lost power of construction. You really are the builder. I'm Bob the Builder. Oh, I should have made my name Bob. Oh well. Ever since the light was lost to us and the realm plunged into darkness, the people of Alfgard had waited for this day to come. The day the benevolent Rubus would send the builder to save us. You'd only touch a chimera's feather and know what you should build from it. I already do know that, so thanks. You and I have two vital tasks ahead of us. First, we must complete the glorious restoration of the once great city of Cantland. And secondly, we must unravel the mystery of what terrible tragedy brought the town to ruin. This place was once girdled by fearsome fortifications, tall turrets and towers to keep the monsters at bay. It is said that even a great golem once watched over the city, keeping all inside safe from harm. But the citadels and strongholds were completely obliterated, and nothing remains of Cantland but ruins. How can such a wretched fate have come to pass? As a proud son of Cantland, I plan to uncover the mystery of what befell my ill-starred ancestors. No doubt that with your powers in my book, it is only a matter of time before the truth comes clear. We're all counting on you. And the 4 broken branches I give you as well. We count on those. Alright. That's that done. You know, Delta, I've been so starving lately I could eat my own hand. Please don't. All this building and inventing is hungry work. So I've been thinking, if we had something to cook with, we'd make all sorts of delicious, nutritious meals. What do you say? Can you think of something we can build to cook things on? If you do think of anything, put it in a room with a chest. We can store the delicious dishes we make. So, yeah, make us a room to cook in. And so you were given a cook fire. A simple stand bell of a bonfire used for making mouth-watering meals. Light source can be used to cook food. Let's do it. Well, we don't need to build a room from the ground up, and we already kind of did that with the blueprint you gave us. I'm not too terribly worried about that. So let's make another chest for the room, because I do want to keep both of those in here. And a cook fire. And these rooms appear to be about... Actually, yeah, they're exactly the same size, so we'll just make the cook fire in here. We do not need that, since the cook fire is in itself a light source. And since it is 3 tiles long, I'm just going to put it in the corner over here. And then just put the chest nearby it. And there we go. A crude kitchen. A cook fire and chest. A primitive kitchen for the preparation of unfussy fare. Residents will cook food and put it in the chest. And with that, our base has grown to level 2. Blimey, you did it! You made me a place to cook! I'll be able to make all sorts of scrummy food. Thank you, Delta. And that chest is perfect. I can make anything really, really tasty. I'll put it in there so you can try it too. Awesome, thanks. And you get your 2 plum berries back. Alright, so this is a little bit of a trick with growing up your base levels. You've noticed that when I destroy rooms, the experience actually decreases. However, when you destroy bases and you have no experience, you'll notice that it didn't go back down to level 1. I'm still, in theory, losing experience, but I'm not going back down past 0 experience in level 2. So the second that you grow a new level, what you can do is you can destroy each and every one of your rooms. Except this one, because I can't get rid of the block, but I can get rid of the other ones. And go and destroy every last one that you can. And then if you put the doors back, you'll get the experience again. So it's a good way to put you on a very good start to getting to your next level. It's not going to give you a ridiculous amount of experience just yet, but it's something to start with. So you can see I already got a decent chunk of that bar filled up there. Well, by my bulbous belly, it seems we have a kitchen now. This creative power of yours is a wonderful thing. I wonder if your culinary skills are equally exemplary. What do you say we test them out and make me something to eat? What? Make it yourself? You built the whole kitchen for Pippa, but you won't make me a single measly meal? Delta, you warned me. I thought we were friends. By the way, I should mention that I saw some delicious-looking orange mushrooms growing down by the water's edge. So yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to make him some cooked mushrooms, which is what I brought those for. I'm actually going to make several servings of this. You do need to make at least 3. I'm going to go ahead and make 10 and keep the other 7 for myself. Because your hunger's not like a horrible deal in this game, because at worst you take a small amount of damage, but you can heal through it pretty frequently. Imagine, like, you know, taking poison damage as you're walking, but it's more infrequent than poison. So it's not too terribly bad. No, I didn't want to talk to you, I wanted to do this. I'll put all the other food items up. And for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and put this torch here because I don't want it. The fragrance alone is a mellow melody of mouth-watering flavors. By my growing gizzards... Growing gizzard? Ew. These shall make a magnificent meal. Come now, hand them over. Quick, quick, quick. Chomp. Guzzlethorpe. Marvelous work, Delta. We shall have to rename you the Cooker. The Catelyn Chronicle covers a wide range of topics. The chapters concerning the preparation of hearty, healthy meals are peculiar. Don't care. But pardon? You want to see it yourself? The Catelyn Chronicle, with your own 2 eyes? I'm sorry, Delta, but that book is a priceless family heirloom. I can't just go parading around in front of anyone that asks. And besides, that tome is written in an ancient and cryptic script. There's no way that you or anyone else would be able to read it. What little knowledge I have had myself gleaned from it has taken years of painstaking study. However, I have not a single doubt that this book holds the key to restoring the city to its former greatness. I shall not rest until I've deciphered each and every one of its secrets. But fear not, my friend, I will not keep these secrets to myself. As soon as I make a breakthrough in my studies, you will be the first to know. And of course, he gives you one of them back. What? Have I finished reading that book yet? Have some patience, young man. I made it quite clear that you'd be the first to know of any secrets I uncover. Deciphering the Catelyn Chronicle will take time, and work on restoring the city has only just begun. I suggest that... Yeah, so this is basically a point where it will say, hey, you need to get your city up to at least, you know, level 2, but we've already done that, so... Pay attention, Ed. Can you think of anything we could use to decorate these new rooms? Yeah, there's a bunch of different things you could use. But we've already done that. Really, as long as you just make very basic rooms, you should have enough with that and the other rooms they've asked you to make. You should be fine. I'm sorry to say, though, that I've made scant progress in deciphering the Chronicle. I dare say it will still be some time before... Well, my sensitive ears, did you hear that? I heard you giving me a seed of life. And I've learned how to make a pot, an earthen urn that can be used to store one's personal property. Decorate the rooms in your base to get more points. And you'll notice now that there's a icon of swords above him. Alright, just make sure I have enough weapons for this. Should be fine. I have the most terrible tidings. I know not what has driven them to it, but the monsters plan to attack our city in great force. You must protect Catelyn at all costs. You must prepare our defenses against the coming assault. But fear not, I shall fight by your side. I shall do my duty by protecting dear Pippa and our beloved home from harm. So yeah, occasionally you'll have to just fight a set of monsters. Really, this isn't too particularly tough. If you've got one Oaken Club at least half health and some healing creams just in case, this should be no problem for you. And it will ask if you're ready to fight one more time, so you have the option to back out if you accidentally talk to the wrong person. But the battle begins. Let's defeat the monsters. Some skeletons appear. After the sun goes down, you won't be able to see as far, and all sorts of ghosts and ghoulies will come out on the prowl, find a room with bed, and sleep till morning. Yeah, well, we've got more important things to do, like fighting skeletons. Alright, there goes one. The combat, while very basic in the game, is actually very satisfying. With the skeletons, it's just as simple as a sidestep, but other times you'll have to do stuff that's a little bit more tough. And well, just like that, the monsters are defeated. It'll show you how many phases and how many enemies in each phase there are. And yes, I'm just messing with the camera now. I'll stop making you motion sick, though. So we've done it. We've defeated a wave of monsters. You just want to build things, not fight the monsters. It's very moment that may well be so, but as you come to realize of the people here, you'll realize that with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, really, you don't say. Ooh, there's a treasure over there. I'm going to have to go get it later. I think I already got that one, but I need to get the chest itself. Yeah, because I can see the treasure chest is opened. So I might go and get that for some points. But now we have a pair of blue tablet fragments. More on what those do in a second. But yeah, after defeating the monsters, you get a little bit of applause from everybody. That'll teach them we did it! I'm gonna go ahead and get that chest. Well, actually, no, I probably can't get it yet. I probably need a better weapon to break it. Well, in that case, let's head back home. Oh, I should make some doors there as well, while I'm thinking about it. It's not the end of the world if I don't, but every little bit helps. I'm gonna go ahead and build 3. And this will just mostly help keep the monsters out. You won't get points for this or anything, but yeah, like this ghost, for example. These things are a pain because they can catch up to you really easily, and even if you're far away from you, they can teleport, so I'm not a fan of them. There we go, now our city is protected a little bit more. What's up? Keep in mind, this is a new person, it's not the one you saw before, but you can kind of see a little heart symbol. Which actually doesn't look like a heart symbol that much up close, but can't really tell what it is. I saw a great shaft of light on the horizon and thought it warranted investigation. Imagine my surprise when I discovered a bustling village. If by bustling you mean 3 people. But who are you and what are you doing in a place like this? I beg your pardon? You're building a city? Good luck with that. If you expect people to work together and live in harmony, you got another thing coming. I hate to burst your bubble, boy, but there's not a man alive who has the luxury of looking out for anyone but himself. Speaking of which, I'm tired after all that trek. I'll stay here and rest a while if you don't mind. Now you can hang around. The name's LaRouche. Shouldn't be staying long. Oh, you're a dude. My mistake. Shouldn't be staying long, I don't think. But in any case, please make your acquaintance. It's hard to tell when you're all kind of wearing the same outfit. Now the cool thing is, even when people are asleep like this, you can still talk to them like so. They'll just get up and talk to you. Brilliant work showing this blighters who's boss, Delta. But it seems the filthy fiends have found our humble settlement. We have no way of knowing when they might strike next. We must devise some means to keep them at bay. I mean, I put some doors in the way. We should be alright. If you were to stick those fragments together again, I believe they would form a device known as a teleportal. Apparently you can just plonk that thing on the ground and presto! It'll whisk you away to on a sunbeam to a place where you can find whatever your heart desires. Well, in that case, let's build a teleportal, shall we? Blue teleportal, an ancient artifact that can convey you to far-flung fields. Once placed, it can be used to travel to and from another island. Because at least currently, as far as I know, there's no way to build a boat or anything to travel across, so this is what suffices. I'm trying to think here. Give me a second. Of where I want to build the, Well, it actually might force you to build a teleportarium. I'm not sure. Let's go make the teleporter first, though. Got the fragments, got the earth, got the blue goo. Let's do it. Yep, sure have. And it gives you another coarse cloth. Skeletons will drop those, by the way. I can't remember what they're used for specifically here, but can't remember offhand. So I'm not going to worry about it just yet. Well, it's going to have to go in this room then. I used that room for something else later, so I guess this will be the, I guess I could expand this room a little bit. Well, no, I can't do that because the blocks are too hard to break. We'll move some stuff around later if we need to. For now, we'll just make this the teleportarium. Flop it on down, and a portal, another island opens up. There you go, teleportarium, an entranceway to an entirely new island, no effect. But it gives you more points, so that's nice. Teleportal shines like that, it shows the path to your dreams has come true. There's one thing I ask of you before you pass through the veil. I ask that you find out how to build those most mighty of tools, the giant mallet. Dude, I'm ready. The Cantlin Chronicle describes the giant mallet as this fearsome hammer, strong enough to break huge boulders and fell great trees. Rocks and wood aside, you're bound to find a veritable opportunity with new materials wherever this teleporter takes you. And with new materials comes ideas for new items that we can use to make our city even bigger and better. The monsters known as the Hammerhoods carry those giant mallets everywhere they go. I'm sure that they could tell you how to build one. Once you've learned the recipe, waste no time. Build one straight away and show it to me. You got it. Before we go, I'm going to dump that off. And now, let's head on to a new land. The first thing you want to do when you come through one of these is to open this chest nearby. There's an ancient sheet of paper lying at the bottom of the chest. Delta carefully unfolds the note and begins to read it. Wander the great plains of Cantlin, I bestow this blue naviglobe unto thee. Set it firmly on the ground, and it shall never shall its guiding light be reflected upon thy compass. If thou wishes to return to a place with confidence, whether it be a place of safety or opportunity, simply set this globe before thee and let it guide thy way. To read this missive, may Rubus watch over thee in all thine adventures. Sir Reginald Augustus Gray's Cantlin Brigade of Guards. So what this means is that if you set the nav globe down, which I'd recommend you just do it right next to the teleportal, that little blue dot that's up there on my map will show up for you as well. Stupid ghosts. So yes, welcome to the island through the blue teleporter. There's a lot of different stuff you can pick up here that was not available before, such as these slimes. You can get some orange oil from them. Make sure you learn the Wayfarer's Clothes, the light and long-lasting tunic for the trendy traveler, defense +5 and slightly increases movement speed. And some magic dye as well, a rainbow-hued brew of colorful goo. Both of which are very, very useful. Here's a clump of fur. That teaches you how to make leather armor, a sturdy studded suit of hardened hide, defense +9. And a leather shield, a basic buckler hardened with hide, defense +2. Some nice important defensive-based items there. I would definitely recommend getting the orange oil if you can, or, you know, if you want to call it orange goo or orange whatever. There's daffy daisy buds, so we can make some more flowers. You might notice these little things growing in the ground here. These are butter beans. And with these, you can make boiled butter beans. Fills hunger meter by 10. So grab some of these. You never know, even if you're not going to build them, somebody might want them for a side quest. So when you come to an area like this, just like, you know, grab a decent amount of anything you can find, really. You never know what might come in handy. Alright, well that guy's just gonna go down there, I guess. And I see a treasure down there. I'm gonna go get it. Hey, you're a human! Human! Don't worry, I'm just like Clobberina. I love humans. What's a human doing all the way down here? You didn't fall in, did you? Don't worry, human, I'll show you how to climb up sheer walls like these and you'll be out of here in no time. You can make staircases out of earth or clay blocks, you just can't plonk them in midair. So yeah, they've got to be stuck on a wall. Like that. Ta-da! Another Seed of Life. Very nice. And yeah, you can't destroy these yet, so we'll get back to those later. Right here we have a medicinal leaf. And these little bush things, they teach you how to make medicinal herbs, which are healing creams with twice the power. And also some fruit salad. Fills hunger made by 20 and restores 10 HP. Keep in mind, the hunger meter is not like Minecraft. Keeping your hunger at max does not increase, or does not keep your health up. It's that if it's at low, you lose health. Right here we have some vines. Or ivy, rather. With this you can make cord. A coil of cord constructed from tightly twined vine. Good lord, so many tongue twisters. And you can also climb it normally, which is what he was trying to do there, but I didn't want him to. Hello. Strike me down, it's a human. What do you think you're doing, barging in here like you own the place? You got a low nerve, you know? Well, no harm done, I suppose, to be honest. Don't really have anything against humans. So, what do you want? What? You want to take a look at my tool? But we've only just met. Oh, you're talking about this hammer. You want to know how to make a giant hammer? Clobberina's the hammerhead to ask. She shouldn't be that hard to find. There's a bonfire on the roof of her house. So just look for that. Here, human, take this. Consider it a sign of our newfound friendship. A signpost. Well, thank you kindly. I'm going to assume that will be it over there. Nice try, sucker. Alright, there we got a leather sack. What can I get rid of here? Probably the blue goo. I'd rather keep that. Ooh, there's a lot of ivy down there. Ooh, and a pile of bones as well. Let's get rid of the grassy leaves. Unless there's something else I really don't need here, but I think that's gonna be the best thing to get rid of. Pile of bones. I don't think that... Yeah, that doesn't teach you anything new, but I do think you need it for something later. it'd be a good idea to get at least 20 of these, and you will need them for a quest almost immediately, so make sure you grab some. Alright, there we go. Hi. Well, bless my soul, if it isn't a little human. I'm called Marina, the head hammerhead. I suppose you might call me the hammerhead. What might a poor beleaguered human want with me? Can you teach me how to make a hammer? I'm sorry, my dear, it must be hard, I know that it must be hard being a human, but you won't turn a hammerhead that easy. Or into a hammerhead that easy. And besides, these hammers are our most precious treasure. The recipe's a closely guarded secret. Wouldn't be right to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry how to make them. Please, please. You know, just gotta be whiny. Perhaps there's someone we could... Oh, I know! My roof has got 3 great big holes in it. Yeah, it does. You can actually see them. I probably can't get the camera to angle correctly. Yeah, you can see one of them right there. Big holes in it. The wind comes right through it and plays havoc with my old bones. Yeah, like that. And don't get me started on the rain. I get soaked to the skin. I'll catch them with my death one of these days, I tell you. A few blocks of straw floor would help plug those holes right up. I do it myself, but I'm not as young as I once was. Well, how about it? Do you think I can fix my roof? Or you can fix my roof? You can use the adder on here to make coil, and then use cord, and then use the cord to make straw floors. If you fix them over for me, I'd be ever so grateful. I might even show you how to make a giant mallet just like mine. Well, alright, we'll get right on that. Keep in mind, again, being a builder is incredibly rare here, so asking for a simple thing to be fixed like this is actually quite a big deal. And I cannot hold the cord right now, so let's get rid of... probably the signpost, honestly. Well, no, we should keep that. We'll get rid of the bones for now. Make straw floor. And straw floor block. I'm gonna say this time we get rid of probably the coarse cloth. I don't think we need that many. Plus I can get it back in a second. That'll teach you how to make straw flooring. A covering that adds class to any earthen floor. Changes nearby earth floors into straw blocks. So flooring like this is what you can use. You can basically build it and it will change everything nearby that's an earth block into that type of block. Very useful for rebuilding something better very quickly. There we go. Roof is fixed. My word, you fixed my roof! And what a wonderful job you've done too. I didn't think you had it in you. Hold on a minute, human with the power to build things out of nothing. Don't tell me you're the legendary builder. No, I'm not. Oh my, would you listen to me, getting all excited? Don't worry, dear, your secret's safe with me. You humans were once so powerful, but now there's hardly anything left of you. Meanwhile, us monsters grow stronger by the day. Truth be told, I can't say I'm happy with the arrangement. I think this world could do with a bit of balance. Now, that's not to say I want to see the whole world crawling with humans, but it'd be a real shame if you all died out. Alright, I'll help you, but this is just between me, dear. We want the Dragon Lord finding out, now would we? First things first, let me show you how to build a giant mallet. Please do. And with that, we figured it out. A heavy hammer that can, hewn from a large log, attack +8, can break hard blocks. And let's go ahead and make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, why not? There it is, giant mallet. Just 3 broken branches. Nice and simple. But we are actually going to make quite a few of these because these are used to destroy a lot of important things. Used to break rocks, used to break down trees, so you can get lumber / wood and stone, which are very important building materials. So let's go ahead and build all those. And I think for the time being, let's show what a Chimera Wing does. You can use one with X, and then you fly back to base. And it actually does send you to your base, not just to a, to the teleportal. It straight up sends you back home. Which is good, because now I can deposit some of the stuff that I got a bunch of. So yeah, right here you can see a fried egg. A speckled egg, fried sunny side up, fills hunger meter by 20%. This is a drop from... Oh, what enemy drops this? There is an enemy that drops this. I think it's the bats have a chance of dropping this. And it's just a regular egg, but you can make it into a fried egg. So I'll put the butter beans up. As for the other materials... Oh, this is the blueprint one. Cord, sign, leather sack, those can all go up. Put the floor in there as well. Ivy. The fur, the goo. I'm gonna go and put this in here as well. I know this is for medicine stuff, but I only have one of them, so not that big a deal. Alright, where is he? What are you doing outside the walls, man? NPCs usually don't hang outside here. With a hammer like that, you can smash up all sorts of things you couldn't smash up before. Well, just around here, there are trees and rocks. And through the blue teleporter, there's said to be copper and coal in abundance. Yeah, I forgot about that, too. That makes a lot of stuff. When once a clever lad like you gets his hands on materials like that, well, there's no end to what you might invent. And just think, when you build your new inventions, you might be able to dream up recipes for even more exciting items. Heck yeah. Why don't you try chopping down one of those nearby trees? Alright, let's do. Sounds like a good place to start. So pull out a mallet and fire away. You can get some plumberry lumber, which gives you wood, a perfectly planned plank of stripped and sawn lumber. And also gives you the seedling as well, in case you want to plant it back. You know, you can be environmentally responsible. Or don't, really, it's up to you. You'll notice the smaller trees, unsurprisingly, don't give you as much lumber and you don't get the seedling back, so keep that in mind. But it also takes less hits to get them knocked down. But when it comes to lumber, like, you can never have too much of this stuff, so by all means, grab as much as you want. I would recommend not coming back until you've got a stack of 99 of this. Did you attack me? Freaking ghosts, man. I hate them. Like, seriously though, the ghosts, they're so obnoxious in this game. They do not get any better in later chapters, I can assure you of that. They are far much more of a pain in the second chapter than they were here. And they were still quite the pain here. Of course, the other thing about destroying the trees, too, is it's easier to see where you're going from now on. Alright, probably about 4 to 5 more trees should do it here. Perfect, 99 exactly. Let's see all the stuff we can do with this. Oh, they both have quests for me. Well, let's take a look. So yeah, now he's going to talk about how... I can only imagine how very vexing it must be to go to pick up a tantalizing new item and find your hands are full. Well, never fear, for as you toil endlessly to gather materials, so too am I hard at work. So he's been working on the Colossal Coffer, and this thing is great. It is basically, if you pick up an item and your hands are full, it gets sent there instead, and it's huge, so he wants you to build one for him, so now you have the recipe for it. An enormous enchanted chest that can store all the materials a busy builder needs can be used to store items. So meanwhile, you've got LaRouche, who says that he thinks that he might know where to add someone else. On the far side of Hammerhead's village, there's a small island. Thought I saw a bonfire burning. You might want to check it out and see for yourself. Yeah, it mentions, like, hey, you could, you know, like, build up little shacks and whatnot and use them as homes away from home. I really don't ever find the need to do that. At least I've not thus far. It just really has not been an issue. Let's make all the wood we can. And that gives us a bench. A long wooden seat that's perfect for placing in a park. Can be sat on. A saloon door. Piano stopped playing when these trendy timber doors swing open. Can be opened and closed. Basically a stronger door that gives you more points. So for the time being, we'll put all that stuff in there. I don't really have any plan for these flowers. I'm just kind of planting them around. I planted them initially in here for points, but I'm kind of running out of space there, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet in terms of all the other doodads, so not going to worry about it right now. Instead, let's hop through and gather some more materials. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and take it back in. Again, remember, you can't actually put items in this treasure chest, which is a bit of a shame, but it does help for scoring some extra points, so. And it apparently counts as a treasure room. Okay. The kind of place you might stumble upon at the bottom of a deep dark dungeon. No effect. Well, it's some points, so we have that at least for it. But yeah, it just opens and closes. Can't actually do anything with it, which is a shame. Alright, so now that's been taken care of. Let's start by getting some stone. Which gives us the ability to make a stone sword. A sword of honed stone with a wooden pommel. A stone table, a slab of stone shaped and smoothed into a cylinder. A stone stool, smooth stone seat that's upholstered with hide, can be sat on. A set of stone steps, a staircase sculpted from solid stone. A mason's workstation, which we've seen before. But now we can craft it. Bunch of new things there. So yeah, just beyond this blue teleporter, there are tons of rocks that you can break to get this. Sadly, the small ones don't give you the stone. It's only the bigger ones like these. So just keep that in mind when you're going around and smashing these things down. And since it's right here, let's grab some copper as well. First lump of copper. The copper ingot, a big brown bar of cast copper. A forge, sturdy stone smithy hot enough to melt almost anything, can be used to make to build metallic items and weapons. And I do see some coal here as well, so let's grab this. So you're of course going to need it. That'll make a brazier, a blazing bowl of fire that illuminates everything around it. Oh, that's it. Well, it's also used whenever you're forging things, because of course you need a source to be able to melt the copper and other materials you'd find. So I'd wager the coal is even more valuable than the copper is, to be honest with you. They're both valuable. So now we're pretty much just going to go around. Eventually we'll get to the quest marker, and we'll slowly make our way there, but I'm going to stop and pick up a bunch of other objects I'll find along the way. And more often than not, you know, you can find stone in multiple places, but you'll usually figure out as you pass through areas, oh, there's a lot of this one item here, I should remember where this is in order to pick it up later. If you don't have the stuff to pick it up now, or you don't have the item space to pick it up now. In my case, I shouldn't need the Colossal Coifer right now, because I'm only grabbing the these 3 items, really. Just the copper, the coal, and the stone. So we should be okay. So we got 7 more slots, even if we do find something else. Which there's a good chance we probably will, actually. Namely down here. This is a great spot to look for copper and coal both. You might also notice that there are 2 different types of hammer hoods, and you've got the ones with kind of a purple head and the other ones with these brown heads. And that the brown ones are actually trying to go after me, whereas the purple ones are not. So they are actually not one and the same enemy. The purple ones will only attack you if you provoke them. Oh, I just picked up a block of clay randomly. And that gives you crockery, glazed everywhere made from kiln? Kiln-fired clay. I'm going to assume that's what that word was. Can I get back up there? Should be able to. Should be able to just jump. Yeah, right there. This is why I had multiple mallets made. Whoa, camera? Camera. You're alright. You're good. You're fine. You can tap on the right thumbstick to reset the camera if you need to, if it freaks out like that. But take your time down here, you know, like, this is really a good spot to find a lot of these materials. Speaking of materials, what do we got here? Chunk of silver. That. Can't break those yet. I don't think we're going to need silver for anything right away, but you can make a silver shield later on when you've got the forge, so it's going to be a lot better than the leather one that I have not made yet. I think instead of a +2 defense, I believe it is 9. Might even be 11. There we go. Nice. You'll be able to finesse that. stuff in here. Sorry for not talking that much, just kind of letting the music play a little bit. The music's very, I don't know, it's something you can listen to for a long time without it getting annoying, which is kind of surprising, but at the same time also very typical for a sandbox game, because, you know, if you're going to be playing it for a while, which is the idea, because you have to keep collecting materials and whatnot, of course you're going to, you know, take a long time to do that, so you don't want to be constantly thinking, wow, this soundtrack is just playing over and over and it won't stop. Alright, my item bag is full, and honestly, we've got a bunch of stuff, so let's head back, see what we can make. I'm sure we have got lots of options presented to us right now. Alright, so he wants to build that. They want to find a new villager. I'm not going to find the villager yet, but I'll have a bunch of stuff to make it easier. So let's start with the forge. You need stone, copper, and coal, which we got plenty of. So that will make us a forge, and I will grab that as soon as I put up some other stuff. Oh, don't have a light source, right. Forge doesn't technically count. Didn't we have an unnecessary one somewhere? Yeah, right here. It's not technically required because the cook fire counts as one. Let's just make as many copper ingots as we can. Very nice. That'll give you a sconce, a copper cradle that keeps a torch attached to the wall. A copper sword, simple sword made with a blade of beaten copper, attack plus 16. Both very nice. Here's some flagstone, which you can use for just better stone with stone and coal. I'm going to make one copper sword. I usually kind of upgrade to something else pretty quickly, so I'll have this for later at the very least. For now, what they wanted me to make was this. And I need a pot, which is not going to be that hard to make, just earth and blue goo. Earth and iron that can be used to store one's personal property. You'd think the clay we picked up would be something you'd need for this, but I guess not. And then we can make this, an enormous enchanted chest that can store all the materials a busy builder needs. Let's do it. Boom. And yeah, this thing is a massive lump of space, but it's very useful. If you have a colossal coffer in your base, you can take items out of it at any time by selecting items from the main menu. Even if your inventory is full, any items you collect will be magically transported to it. And it can store a fair bit of stuff, so do not be shy in using it. And we have indeed done it. Coffer placed down the boundaries of this great town, you no longer have to worry about running out of room when you're out and about. When your item bag is full, this marvelous magical chest will whisk anything you can't carry back to your base and store it for you. What's more, you can access the colossal coffer and all the items inside it from anywhere in the whole wide world. Do you know what this means? You can go out into the wilderness and gather materials to your heart's content. Alright, see you in 5 weeks. And yeah, I've collected a bunch of that stuff. And we already built the forge. So he gives you some blue goo. Really not that big of a deal anymore. I wasn't trying to talk to you. Looks like that's what they want you to do next, though, is get the new resident. And it looks like this is... Do I need to build my armor and stuff over here? Yes, I do. So yeah, you can build the stone sword here if you want. I'm going to just stick with the bronze one. I'm not going to take the leather shield, but I am going to make a couple pairs of the Wayfarer's clothes. Because these are my go-to for options. Oh, I don't have coarse cloth. Dang it. I need to get one more somewhere. Well, I'll switch, actually, how's my equipment looking right now? I'll switch to that for the time being. We'll add that on. And that should do for now. But yeah, now you've got a slightly upgraded running speed, which is very nice to have. Before we go, I'm going to go ahead and store some more stuff. I did not build a chest or anything over here, did I? No, I did not. I'm actually going to take that. We'll put this in here for now. Actually, what we can just do, that is not what I wanted to do. We can also do this. Let's just go to items. Tidy it up. There we go. We got a free spot. So we can grab the clay again. I'll keep the blueprints in here in just like in the very corner of the stuff right here. Because really, you don't ever revisit these unless you just need the idea for what specifically it is you need to make that area. So put the chest right here. Keep all the stuff we'd use for forging in there. And I think while I've got the idea in my head, I'm going to go ahead and make another Mason's workstation and put it in there. Up some other stuff that I don't need. And there we go. Excellent. So if I do need to forge something, I won't have to walk as far, and that'll make a stonemason smithy. With this dual-purpose workshop, you can build 2 blocks with 1 stone. Residents will build furniture and materials and put them in the chest. So you need a mason's workshop, chest, light source, and smithing station. Very, very nice. I don't think we need anything from that. Nope. Alright, so now we have got a new sword, some new armor. Let's go find that resident. Really, like, if you just wanted to make the stone sword, like, just make 2 of them, that should be plenty. The bronze sword would also work fine. And really, you may not even need 2 stone swords. 1 might actually be enough in this case, because you're going to upgrade to something better pretty quickly. So you probably don't need to make that many of them. Doesn't seem to be anything in here other than a skeleton. And yeah, you can see how much damage we're doing now. We're doing about twice what we were before. We're doing about 8 and 9 instead of 4. This looks like where it wants us to go. As you come down here, you'll notice that there's fall damage. Yeah, there's that. This isn't where we're going, but you'll notice that there are a lot of the medicine plants, medicinal leaves. So try to grab a bunch of these, like at least 20 if you can. Because again, these are going to be much better healing items than your healing creams will be. And keep in mind, I made 33 and I currently have 31 after making them all, so I've not been using the healing cream a lot. Honestly, if you keep your Seed of Life for when you get put in low health, you could probably just use the Seed of Life only and be perfectly fine. Yeah, the guy we're looking for is in there, but I'm going to talk to him after I pick up everything I want to. Which are really just going to be the plants. And probably the ivy as well. I shouldn't need any more of the mushrooms. But I'm going to collect them anyway. So Now that you've got that giant chest, it's really not that big a deal if you go over on your limit. Alright, there we go. Make sure I got a little bit of space for what we're about to do here. Who are you? You shouldn't be here, it's not safe. You should leave now, before it's too late. Surprise, there are monsters here. Also, there's the cloth I needed. Heck yeah, monsters are defeated. We'll even defeat that one for you. I can't believe you actually did it. You defeated the monsters. I found this nice strong cypress stick. Thought I could give those monsters a good thrashing, but, well, you can see how that went. You might have gotten lucky this time, but us humans don't stand a chance against them. Let's chalk this one up to experience and keep our heads down from now on. Thank you and goodbye. Wish you the best of luck out there. What? A town? There's a town on the other side of the teleportal? And you came all this way just to find me? Well, if you put it like that, I'll certainly come with you. It's not as if I've got anywhere else to go. My name's Canelm. Pleased to meet you. I'm gonna assume that's what it is. If only you had a Chimera Wing, we could get back. Yeah, we do have a Chimera Wing. Come on, dude, let's get out of here. I think those slimes are mad that I murdered their friend a second ago. So yeah, even though you're the only one that goes flying up in the air like that, you'll notice he comes back with me. Welcome, my dude. Whoa, look at the size of this place. I had no idea a city this big even existed. Just being here makes me feel so alive. I can't remember the last time I felt so full of energy. Thanks for bringing me here, Delta. I suppose it's fitting that I ended up living in Cantlin. My ancestors used to be guards here, so if you need someone to keep the place safe, you can count on me. So yeah, this guy will be one of your more competent fighters in the area. He'll come out and help you more often, even if it's not an actual fight that you trigger yourself. So yeah, I found him. Judging by that ridiculous hat, he fancies himself something of a soldier. What, because he's got Viking horns on it, even though Viking helmets didn't have horns on them? We don't need his kind here. I never should have told you about him. Well, it's your own fault, dude. Do you have any idea what brought the city of Cantlin to ruin? Just take it from me. You really don't want to go making this town any bigger. Still, you're only trying to help. Here, Delta, take this. You've earned it. Thanks. Appreciate you. So there's another fight there, and I think that's the only thing we've got right now. Okay, what was I trying to make a second ago that I couldn't make? Right, it was the second set of the Wayfarer's clothes. Coarse cloth, blue goo, orange oil, and cord. I'm gonna make another set, though. This is my go-to set for Chapter 1. There are strong ones you can make, but I love having the speed bonus. It's very, very nice, so I will stick to that primarily. I think also, yeah, I can make the medicinal herbs as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of these. And by a bunch, I mean 5. But it's something. Looks like she made another fried egg in there. And guess what? There's more coming. Let's do it. Battle begins. Defeat the monsters. Let's do it. Some brownies appear. Dude, those aren't brownies. Also, try to attack these things relatively quickly, because if not, they'll start smashing down your walls. Which you can fix, but, you know, you'd rather not have to worry about it, right? Chimera's here. Where's the leader? Nah, we're not done yet, my man. There he is. So you can see now you got 2 helpers. The downside to doing this, though, or the downside to having the helpers is sometimes because the boss can only get hit so many times at once, is it might negate your hits in favor of your townspeople, and you're going to be doing more damage than they will consistently. Another Seed of Life. Got a bunch of those. Yay, we did it! Delta's, is it true what Rollo told me, that you're the builder? The actual legendary builder? I've heard all about you. I always thought it was sort of strange that there'd be a hero who didn't get stronger by beating monsters. But Delta, what if I told you there's a special trick that make you better at fighting? Behind the Hammerhead Village at the foot of the mountains, there's a monster who uses a really strange attack. If you defeat the monster, I bet you could be able to learn his technique for yourself. Use your compass to find it, give that beast the hiding of its life. Yeah, it's a pretty good attack, too. I like using it, so we'll have to do that pretty soon. Thanks for getting rid of all those awful monsters again, Delta. But Delta, if you've got a moment, there's been something I need to ask you. I've been having so much fun lately, spending the whole day making all kinds of different things. But when the night comes, we all go to bed and I just can't concentrate on my work with everyone around. Trust me, I know the feeling. So Delta, would you be able to make a room just for me? It would need some kind of sign on the wall so people know that it's mine. You're pretty clever, Delta. I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll need a straw mattress to sleep on, a pot in the corner, and a special sign on the wall. Please, Delta, make me a room of my own. You got it. So this teaches you how to make a lady and gentleman sign, a rich red sign to signify the density of a dwelling. When placed inside a room, it can be used to assign it to a female resident. And then for a gentleman one, of course, we get to sign for a male resident, a bold blue sign to signify yada yada yada. And you can make an inn sign, a sign that shows guests are welcome to stay the night. And a shop sign, a sign that shows a shop sells items. Alright, what's the last quest over here, Mr. Rollo? Thought we taught those monsters a lesson, but they keep coming back for more. I feel it's my duty to find some means of defending this town from those vile beasts. I've spent so many late nights working tirelessly on deciphering the Cantland Chronicle, I've hardly slept a wink. Makes mention of a great castle beyond the Hammerhead's village, beyond even the Cantland Mountains. They said the castle had a great stone stockade capable of fending off even the most brutal of assaults. Travel this castle, find it with your compass, and learn the secret of what? What'd you say? What did your last slave die of? By my frail feelings, Delta, you wound me. I do not ask you to go there for my own benefit, but for yours. After all, you're not the builder, the legendary figure who's destined to save us all. Now do your duty and go out there, compass in hand, and find out how to build that stone stockade. Alright, if you say so. We'll probably do that last. We'll probably build her a room, which I'm guessing will likely be this one here. So she said that she needed a pot, a bed, which in this case is a straw mattress, and she wanted a lady sign, but I need magic dye for that. And the magic dye, of all places, this took me a while to figure out, it's actually crafted at the cooking station. You build it here. It gives you 5 things of it. But yeah, you need coal, blue goo, and orange oil for that. Not sure why the dye is built. Like, I know dye can change. You can have, like, food dye, but it doesn't have to be food dye. It can be, like, hair dye, you know. Not all coloring is for food specifically. I mean, you're not using it for food here. You're using it to make the color for the lady sign. And I believe that is everything she needed. So we'll put the mattress right here. That sign right here. And set the pot right here. We've got a private bedroom. Resident sign, pot, bed, and light source. Simple single bedroom where an individual can sleep in peace. There you go. Hooray, you've made me a room of your own. Thank you, Delta. Kim spends the whole night plodding around the city, and LaRouche keeps screaming in his sleep. And Rollo snores so loudly I'm scared the walls will collapse. I can't concentrate at all on my super secret project. Huh? What's my super secret project? Hehe, that's a super secret, silly, but don't worry, I'll tell you when it's ready. Oh, and it would be really great if you could write my name on the side of my room. Thank you. Anytime. And it's pretty far away from those guys, so... Sorry about kind of, you know, switching your nicer room with the other one, because this one's made out of better blocks and it's got flowers in it, so... But you know, those guys are going to need the flowers in there because they stink. They've been stinking up the place. Those guys do that. As a guy, I would know. Alright, so that's that quest taken care of, but she's got another one for us. Thanks for making room just for me. Now that I have my own space, I can be able to finish my super secret project. I've been making new clothes for everyone. I gave Rollo his outfit first to see how it looked on him. But he wouldn't even try it on. He said he couldn't possibly get changed in front of everyone else. So I was wondering if you could build a new room where we could all change in our new outfits. We need a couple of stone stools for us to sit on, something to keep all the clothes in. Do you think you can invent something for storing clothes? Sure, no problem. I can make an armory, a stony storage closet for keeping clothes in. let's go and build it. We've probably got the stuff for it right now. No, we don't. We are missing some coarse cloth, of course. Alright, well, if that's the case, then we can't do that quest yet. What was yours? Yours was to figure out the stone stockade, which is beyond the portal. And yours was the scorpion, which it said right there. Okay, so these are both through the teleportal, so I might as well go there now. Alright, let's do it. So all we gotta do is follow the markers here. Okay, I've got some more mallets, just making sure. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let this one break. Here's the blue goo that I dropped earlier when I was running out of things to eliminate in order to keep the stuff for the hammer and the walls to fix. As you can see, they last for a very long time, so if you do decide to come back and get them after you've gotten the colossal thing, you probably can. Go back to the Oaken Club for now. Just kind of use up all our weak weapons first and foremost. The alternate idea you can do instead of wanting to not waste your weak weapons, take that back. And the bones. The alternate thing you can do is just use it for cutting down like really simple things to cut down, so like grass and whatnot, and save them for doing that. Oh, there's a well up here? What? There we go. We got a well. Something tells me that there's probably something else in here, though. I did not mean to do that. Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. Everton Heights Treasury. Cool, thanks. There's an ancient scrap of paper in the treasure chest. It looks like there's some sort of diagram on the back. What? Look, it's a blueprint. The Greasy Mallet. I'm going to assume that's a restaurant, since it's a blueprint. I thought it would be for a weapon, but I feel like it would have just told me how to make it right then and there. I've not gotten that before, so I'm not sure what it is. But it's nice to have it now. Let's not go down there. Too bad damage-wise. And here we are. So you need to defeat the monsters. You do need to defeat all four. I would recommend getting the chimeras before trying to attack the scorpion. He's not like that much of a threat unless he does that charge and hits you with it. And you don't have particularly strong armor. You've been sticking with what you had. But once they're all cleared out, then you've got, you know, plenty of room to attack him with. You're not having to worry about getting shot by something else. Yeah, just kind of sidestep, swing at him a couple times when he charges, just step back, swing at him a couple times. Pretty dang simple. And there you go. He's defeated. Now we could break down the boxes and whatnot. I guess I can show this off. This is a broken barricade. This is broken brickwork. And this is castle wall blocks. There's a bunch of different things you can get there. I'll take a note and don't get those yet. I'll take the skunks. Apparently we can't get the, that building item yet, just from breaking it, because we don't have a good enough weapon. Unless the mallet does it. Nope, the mallet does not do it. Alright, let's keep going. It's nice to be able to do that in this game, though, because in Minecraft, if you went this far away from your base, you would almost assuredly be lost in the vanilla game, at least. So here we have some wheat, so you'll definitely want to grab this. This can be used to make bread, and a bunch of other things, too. So grab a lot of this. As much of it as you can find. Which I'll probably just grab all I see on the way to where we're going here. Nice, I'll take another one of those. Alright, that should be more than enough, honestly. So let's just keep going. You can only watch me pick up wheat so many times. Very much reminds me of the days of Season 2 of Minecraft Hardcore, though, when somebody was looking for wheat and somebody else, which thankfully was not me, thought he said weed. No, it is not 420. We passed that a couple weeks ago. So tragically, there are no drugs. Well, Mr. Skeleton. That guy in a second. Alright. Let's grab these two and then hop back over and talk to him. Take that. Oh, there's a lot more than two here. I just didn't see it because it was behind the rock. Silly Dwayne Johnson. What are you doing blocking stuff like that? I failed so terribly. Words fail with me in expressing how terribly I failed. Wow, thus can see me? I was once a knight of Cantland, charged with defending these lands from the ceaseless advances of the Dragon Lord's armies. And yet the mere moments before I can complete the stockade that might have saved the castle, I doubt this would have saved this giant-ass castle, but whatever. His forces fell upon us, my failure haunteth me to this day. Ah, but if thou canst see me, all is not lost, I can pass on the secret of my invention to thee. Here, my friend, take the stone wall blocks and spike traps, and complete the stone blockade upon which we stand. As they go into that thing over there. Alright, let's put some stuff up here real quick. And take the stone, take the traps. And thankfully you can walk on these right now. You can actually walk on the traps perfectly fine and not take any damage from them. The enemies will, but you will not. Also, the enemies couldn't walk under that one block thing unless they were like slimes, so really, it was probably fine. So now they get to show you how it works, and it's pretty dang simple. The enemies just walk under the spikes. They can't break this unless they're very strong enemies. and so they'll just be stuck there trying to attack you. They might get smart and leave, but not always, and even if they do, you can just go over here and kill them. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. There you go. That went wonderfully well. Now he's just creepily whispering in my ear. Nice. Cunning trap, this does not agree. Yeah, it just needed to be a lot larger than this. To whom does the castle belong? Building is no mere castle but a bastion that protects our people from the monsters. After the fall of Caitlin, the men and women of the city fled to this place and built the fortress as a final refuge. They did barricade themselves in a bid to escape the monsters' onslaught. However, 'twas not long before an even greater enemy emerged from within the bastion itself. But forget my ramblings, some tales are better left untold. Thou should seek a blueprint for the stone stockade. I bid thee speak with Ranulf within the castle. I thank thee, kind stranger, for thine aid. Now that my plans are complete, I can finally rest in peace. Yeah, you do that, man. Go ahead and break this here. All of it, but just a couple little pieces here and there. You can make all that stuff pretty easily, but might as well grab some of it. And here we are inside the castle. I recommend that you rob the place blind. Seriously, rob the place blind. All these banners and stuff give very good experience. This is a great chance to steal some stuff from the castle because it cannot be rebuilt anyway, so don't feel bad about stealing from it. So take the banners, take the little chandelier things, candelabras, that works. By all means, take anything you want. This cannot be rebuilt, so do not worry too much about it. These candelabras give like 100 points each, so they're pretty dang good for that. You can also finally steal the wooden doors, steal some pots, steal some barrels, steal some tables and some crates. Steal some chairs. Hopefully the giant mallet also works. If you really like the blocks here, you can steal these. They're castle tile blocks, kind of a pinkish purple color. You can murder this stupid ghost. There's a monster egg, that's what's used to make the fried eggs, so the ghost drop them. I think it's their rare drop though, I believe their common drop is the Chimera Wing. Well, that could be the opposite, or it might even be equal. I have no idea if I'm going to actually make anything out of these blocks, but I figure I might as well take them with me just in case I decide to. Here's a red carpet block. Fancy carpet block. A bunch of different stuff. Oh, your ghost. Oh yeah, of course, you got these, the columns. These are worth a good amount of experience. Definitely grab these. Oh, both there that I just accidentally destroyed. Big, bold banner. Decorative drapery. The chic chair. This is probably as close as you'll come to getting a fancy chair in this chapter, if you're wondering. upstairs in a little bit, which is up this way, so I'm not going to bother getting anything up there just yet. Ooh, forgot this was over here. A king-sized bed. Comfy stool. Where does that go? Oh, just back up to where we were. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him. Well, 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 so thou canst see me, hmm? 'Twould seem thou art no ordinary man. I am Ranulf, erstwhile mayor of city of Cantland, but that was hundreds of years ago. Now I am a ghost. Woo! I don't care. Ah, so thou art the builder of whom the Cantland Chronicle spake, whatever. Well, builder, what business hast thou in those ruined halls? The people who once dwelt here did bring destruction upon their own heads. Thou wilt find naught here but grief and sorrow. I see thou comest in search of the stone stockade. Tell me, builder, why dost thou build thy city? Why dost thou build at all? Ah, it's fun. Telltale, come with me. There's something I wish to show thee. I shall await thee atop the roof of this castle, but be warned, the staircases have long fallen into ruin. Thou mightest need build your own way there. Yeah, you'll have to do that. But it's not too bad. Well, you know, if you could see what you're doing, that would also help. I usually just build across the back line, so you can hold in two directions technically and still be fine. If you need to hold back a little bit, you can just run into the wall. Don't think there's anything we need to get over here, but I'm going to check anyway. No, don't fall down there. It's not going to immediately kill me or anything, but I'd still rather not do it. There's shield. I believe that's like 300 points just on that shield alone, so definitely try and grab that one if you can. And yeah, it doesn't appear to be anything over there. Alright, cool. So you can take either this door or the one across the way. Doesn't matter which. Both of them will have a ladder. Oh, maybe it does matter which. Oh no, we're fine. No problem. I guess there's some roofing tile if you really wanted it. Outer corner tiling. I did not mean to do that. Thanks, game. Appreciate you. Now I gotta go all the way back and get all that stuff. All I did was jump. I didn't hold forward. Like, I moved the camera, but that's the right thumbstick, so I don't know why it did that. Alright, back we go. Before we do, though, take all these with me. And since we're here, I did beat the Scorpion, so now he teaches you how to do a spin attack, basically. Like so. You learn Spinning Slice, or the spin attack, either one. Brilliant, it looks like you've got the hang of it already. I reckon the skill will come in handy for gathering a lot of materials at once, too. Gotta store up energy and release it, that's how you unleash the spin attack. Yep, nice and simple. Alright. Now let's go back and get all that stuff. Unfortunately, that is going to take a long time to get back to. I don't think it's going to disappear or anything, but it's going to take a while to get back to it. But now you know what I mean when I say fall damage can get really bad really fast. The sad thing is if I had used the 2 seeds of life I had before I fell, I would have survived it with 2 health. Would have been close, but I would have survived it. I mean, as far as I remember, I was at full, and even if I had been at full with 55, it still wouldn't have been enough, so being at full was not enough. It would have had to have been full and as high as I could currently be with what I've got. There are definitely more seeds of life I could be picking up. I believe I had like 105 health when I finished Chapter 1 the first time. That sounds right. scorpion. Just gonna ignore the chimeras. We got plenty of chimera wings right now, so I'm not too terribly worried. I guess this didn't take that long to get back to. Just hoping for your pump drop. Yeah, that. So it's running low on that, not the flower bud. I mean, I can use it to decorate up the town and whatnot, which is fine, but the annoying thing is it has to be put in a room. It can't just be put somewhere in your town. Otherwise, leveling the town would be a lot easier. Probably won't make that much of a difference, but still. Also, I forgot this was here, so... Well, let's go get my stuff first, just so make sure it doesn't disappear. It probably wasn't going to, but just in case. I mean, like, not that quickly. There we go, nice. We probably won't end up using all these decorations, but still. You can also do it the Minecraft way. You can just do the self-pillar up to whatever height you're trying to get to. Which is usually just a way of finding out where you are in relation to anything else that might be nearby. I'm just getting to a high spot. Roof tiling. Not that I don't trust the game, but I really don't trust the game after what it did a second ago. Alright, so that's the side tiling, the roof tiling, the lower tiling, and the corner tiling. So we should be good on that. I thought he was up here. Is he on the other corner? Yeah, I see him over there. There he is. Piece of this. Castle battlement block. Haven't got one of those yet. Well, that's once more, young builder. Now look upon the lands thou seest before thee. Look thee upon the sky and the black and brooding clouds that shroud this world. Ooh, ominous. Once this world was blindingly beautiful. Its people lived beautiful lives in beautiful cities that they built with their own beautiful hands. Now all has been lost. Mankind lies bereft of all hope, powerlessly awaiting their inevitable end. Delta, if thou art truly the builder, thou must needs drive the darkness from the sky and bring back beauty to this land. Well, mightest thou, no, that is well. Well, mightst thou quell at having a weighty responsibility thrust upon thee unbidden. Yikes. Ye old English. But know this, thy companions are in dire need, and the power to save them is thine and thine alone. Dwell not on thy duty to rebuild this ruined world, think only of aiding those around thee. By each small act of kindness thou shalt draw ever closer to thine eventual aim, just as block by block thou buildest thy city. It would seem my prolonged repose has not dulled my oratorial skills.
Come, Delta, openst thou chest. Within it thou shalt find what thou seekest. Fare thee well, young builder. I look forward to seeing this brave new world thou wilt usher forth. See you later, my dude. And with that, we have the defensive designs. And the chest. And there's another one across the way, so I'm going to grab that as well. A Chimera Wing, very nice. I'm trying to remember where something is currently. Be a little bit more careful this time. Eat those fried eggs that have been in my pocket. Go ahead and bump up to 60 health. And I think what I'm looking for is behind this castle, but I'm not 100% certain. I might be thinking of something in Chapter 2, even though it's not this castle specifically. Oh yeah, there's these as well. Fencing. You have to make these in Chapter 2. There's a stone stool. Yeah, it's gonna be at the right if it is here, but I don't think it's here. I think I'm thinking of another spot. Like, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure I am thinking of somewhere else. No, I'm not. It is here. This is one of the 3 dragons that are in the area, so if you want to get some stuff from them that's pretty good, you can attempt to fight them. Attack plus 8, attack plus 5. This is what the spin attack looks like, by the way. Screw off, Ghost. Let's give it a shot. It's only doing 1 damage. Yeah, let's not worry about it then. I'd rather come back here where I can at least damage it relatively quickly. Again, the dragons are not particularly hard. They've only got 2 attacks. One is the spin attack you saw, and the other is Fire Breath that just shoots at where you are, but you can easily dodge it. So they're not too terribly difficult to avoid, but at the same time, I'd rather have a fast way of damaging them than me just sitting here for a while. Oh, didn't realize that didn't have a light source. Good job, me. Right now I'm just kind of adding to the point value to try to get it up to level 3, which shouldn't be that hard. Oh, those are not counting. Guess I can't build it there. Alright. Excellent. Level 3. It's a nice way to make this place feel a little bit more cozy. Maybe place some banners around here. Oh right, we need to destroy all the things first.
we had better doors as well. We can get rid of some stuff here real quick. I know we picked up some doors. Need those in a bit. Pretty sure I did pick up at least one door. Am I just blind here? Try organizing things. Okay, maybe I didn't pick up a door. I'm pretty sure I did, though. Oh, I'm holding it. Duh. Okay, that was stupid. Jeez. Somebody was just screaming at their monitor like, dude, it's in your hand. So let's use that same strategy we did earlier. Destroy all the doors. Alright, now with everything destroyed, let's get those points back. Excellent. Now look how close we are to level 4 already just from doing that. Alright, what's some other junk we've got here that we can use to get some more points? Should be able to get this up to level 4, I'm thinking. I'm gonna put these in her bedroom. I feel like she would prefer a better bed. There you go, now that's a bed right there. Give you a better chair. Master bedroom. Boutique bedchamber just waiting to be given the personal touch. Fancy bed, chair, fancy light source, pots, and residence sign. Beautiful. Treasure house. At least 3 treasure chests. Room containing a trio of treasure chests. One of them is sure to be a mimic, but which one? Who can say? Up. And I think that's about everything for the items. Oh, I can grab this too. Forgot about that. I'm just gonna set it here. Probably didn't add any points, but I kind of like having it there, so we'll put it there.
we go, level 4. So again, let's destroy everything. You know what? I'm actually going to replace the straw doors with the wooden ones, just because I feel like they're better defensively. And since monsters usually attack from the west side, I'm going to put this one here. Okay, and this one over here is the only one we've not gotten. There. That still put us over like 50% of the way to the next one. Beautiful. Take it like 7. Oh no, it's just actually gonna do it the, Alright, well if that's the case, I'll just mash the button until we get there. I don't want to use all of them in case they're used for another recipe. I just want to have enough to where I can comfortably adventure as necessary. There we go. Excellent. Alright. Of course, quickly, let me see what you found. Something looks rather different about you today. You seem focused somehow, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Bah, it's just my imagination. Your face is just as dopey as it's always been. Gee, thanks. But anyways, well done, lad. All that's left now is to decipher those ancient papers. 3 rocks. That's what you give me for venturing all the way out there. 3 rocks. Wow. I'm poring over those papers you brought, and finally, the ones concerning the stone stockade, and I finally deciphered them. I need plenty of stone wall blocks and spike traps. You'll need a blueprint to get it looking just right, of course, but you can leave that to me. Your work is to figure out how to build the stone wall blocks and spike traps. Once you figure out the recipes, you just have to lay everything out to match the blueprint. Suppose we should build it to the west side of town. The monsters always seem to attack from that direction. Yeah, I just said that. And there's your blueprint. I leave the rest in your capable hands. Stone wall, block of massy masonry made of intricately interlocked rocks. You know they do this on purpose. Brilliant for building stout stone walls. Jeez. And stone cladding kit. This is one of the most important things here. A covering that adds class to an earthen wall, changing nearby earth walls into stone wall blocks. This will make your outside perimeter much stronger if you use this all around it. A handful of horribly sharp spikes that can be set on the ground deals damage to enemies who walk over it. Excellent. Well, let's see what we can do with all that. It may not necessarily be in this section, but we'll see. No, it is not. Alright, well, we'll go check the forge then. It's probably over there. Here we are. I'm just gonna build all that I can here. Stone wall, we need stone, copper ingot, and coal. Remember, I got the cladding from the stone wall I dug up earlier. I don't want to use all this, but I do want to make a fair bit, so I'm going to say like 60. Because most of this is going to get turned into cladding, but I do need a fair bit of this. Just try not to burn all your copper and coal on doing stuff like this. Which I'm not running too low on anything yet, so I should be okay. I do kind of want to make a sword, but I'm not going to worry about doing it right now. And while I'm here, let's make 2 sets of spike traps. I believe you do need 2. Those are just made of copper ingots. Which I got plenty of those. Right. It's funny, it only takes 3 of these to make 5 of the kits, and you'll see how much the kits do when you use just one of them. Like, it's more than a fair trade as opposed to trying to just build it from scratch. Also, I should probably get rid of that rock. Let's just go around the perimeter real quick and just remove all the extra stuff that's in the way. We haven't really circled the perimeter since we've started, or since we first built this wall, so might as well do it now. I feel like it is best to go ahead and eliminate this wall. We'll just make it 1 block thick. Again, I think I technically have 2 spots here and I should be fine, but I would rather not run the risk, and I'd rather destroy a wall. It's a dirt wall as opposed to a brick one. It'd be easier to build another line of dirt and then just turn it into brick as opposed to having to destroy the brick. That would be infinitely harder, so I'm not going to do that. Not sure when those bricks got destroyed, but apparently they did, or I didn't add them in. So this is what the stone cladding does. Again, it turns all the dirt into something, whatever cladding it is, in this case stone. So by using 1, it changes all that into stone wall blocks. That was for 1 stone block itself, or 3 rather, is well worth the price of admission. So when you've got your defense put as you want, change everything into stone wall, and it also increases the value of the rooms as well. So that's another reason to do it. And I'll only do that for the dirt ones, I won't do it for the really fancy ones like this, so that's a bit of a bummer, but the good news is it's going to make the walls way stronger than they were. There we go. It's going to take a really strong enemy to get through that. Once you're done, if you want to go inside, take care of all the inner walls as well. Again, mostly just for the points, but if you also prefer the stylization of it looking more proper. Or if you want to deal with ghosts because they can teleport inside your base and there's no way to stop them. From doing that, at least. You can obviously kill them, but still. Alright, I'm going to make a few more of those. But it's amazing, by just doing that, how much nicer the town instantly looks from how it did. Because now none of it's dirt anymore, it's all like a proper building material. And there you go, just like that. All of it is now turned into stone or better. Except that 1 piece, but I had 1 left exactly, so that worked out great. Alright, so as for the blockade, I would try to put it 1 up from the door so the door can still open, so I would set it about here. As for the actual blueprint, pretty simple. Bunch of stone walls and some spikes. Not too terribly hard to figure out. Now the spikes can be destroyed by really tough enemies, but for the enemies you're going to be fighting at the start, they're probably not going to be able to do that much. Like, the worst they'll be able to do is just realize, oh hey, we're getting attacked, and they'll just not step on the spikes. And again, after the blueprint's done, you could literally just make a giant wall of them all around your base, if you wanted to, as long as you have a way to be able to get out. And there we go. Also, there's a ghost there. Hooray! I'd recommend, too, if you don't want the enemies to get through here, what you can do is plant a 2-block high like this, and then plant a 1 so they can't get up here, but you can just jump and go over. The issue is you can't get back, so you probably only do it on one side, but it helps a little bit, so that's one option. These monsters will be in for a rude shock next time they attack us. Oh, I can hardly wait. By the way, while you're putting together those new fortifications for our town, I was at hard work gleaning even more secrets from the Caitlin Chronicle, and I learned something quite remarkable. The monsters of Caitlin do not merely roam this land willy-nilly, they are under the control of a great and powerful monster. Trixie? Only by defeating this fearsome fiend can light be restored to this land. We now know what we must do. We must continue to strengthen our town's defenses. I'd say we just did that. Defend off the monster's increasingly aggressive assaults. What I need, yeah, I was supposed to say what I need is better weapons and armor, namely the weapons. And we get some fur. Great, thanks, I guess. Okay, so you wanted a dressing room. Right, the armory and the stone stools, gotcha. So LaRouche will still, like, he's basically the guy that's all skeptical about this, like, you know, he's saying don't make your town any bigger. I think the workshop needs a leather sack and sconce on the wall. And a shop sign as well. Alright. And that would be this one over here. I have the leather sack, so the only thing I need is the shop sign. Because I know I picked up at least one of those, yep. Let's just put the leather sack over here. No, right there. What do you mean there's no space? There's nothing in the way of that. The other ones I can understand. Alright, fine, put it there, that works. Whatever. We'll have to get rid of that in favor of the shop sign. There you go. Stonemason Studio. Just the time I benefit. Dude, it's a little late for that. I already did that. So yeah, he's basically saying the more you build up your town, the more monsters are gonna show up here. The very same monstrosity that laid waste the Caitlin once before, the golem. Oh, thanks for the excess wood. I approve. Alright, so that's taken care of. Alright, so let's see, she had wanted the armory. That's right. What did I need for that? Oh, right, I needed the coarse cloth. Okay, so I need to go kill some more skeletons. Before I go, though. Don't need that stuff. Once we get to the point where the game wants us to do our next battle, which will probably be after this quest, then we'll call it a night, because I know we're coming up on 3 hours. And while it will be Friday tomorrow, Friday still means classes for many of you. For now, though, let's go skeleton hunting. Usually there's at least a few hanging around here. I don't see any, though. Hey, there's one that just spawned in. Come here, you. Nothing. Take some butter beans while I'm waiting here. I do need some orange goo, though, so maybe if I destroy the enemies, they'll, spawn a few more in. Like you! You guys really do not want to drop that coarse cloth, do you? Nice critical. Too bad I didn't get anything for it. I'm bored. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Skeletons weren't appearing as much as these guys were. I don't see any skeletons. Come on, I know you can spawn. It doesn't have to be during the daytime either. They can spawn during the day. I need to be going after you guys. Spawn some of the brown ones. Hey, there's one. Come over here, you. No, that's not the drop I wanted. I didn't want bones. Alright, now they're starting to spawn in. Get over here. Maybe it's not these ones that drop it, maybe it's the other ones that are colored slightly differently? Pretty sure it's the skeletons that drop it, though. Where'd that last guy go? Oh well, a couple more of them spawned. Oh, he might have gone back up there. Oi! Maybe they need a spin attack to realize I want the... None of the three that I was fighting dropped it. Wow. Alright, I'll give it 5 more skeletons, and if I can't find it by then I'll call it a night. That would actually require the skeletons to spawn in order for me to do that. There you are. Alright, that's one. Thought I heard somebody that was coming. Ah, it was you. What's back over here? I don't think we've seen what's over here. Actually, I don't think we can get there. I think there's water blocking the way. Yeah, there is. Alright. so obnoxious. Number 3. There we go. Thank goodness. That was getting ridiculous. I just want to build my armory, man. Because whenever you get this built, it also, like, people will start changing their clothes. They don't all look the same, or relatively the same. You can actually see a little bit of a difference between them all. There we go. Now I can build it. In the meantime, let's put all that junk away. Another thing of flowers. Did she say specifically where she wanted the armory? I guess we could actually just straight up make a new building as soon as this ghost is dead. In fact, why don't we do that? We'll build one right here. There's the armory. Let's get a door, which I think we already have. Yeah, we do have one of those. I only need one, thanks. I'm going to assume when you said a couple of stone stools, you meant 2. Don't need torches, so we'll fix that real quick. Instead of that, though, let's do a brazier. Don't have the stuff for a sconce. Oh, I need to make torches. Alright, well, we'll... No, I don't want to make 99 torches. I just want to make 1 set. Then we'll make 5 of these. Actually, you know what? Really quickly. Let's make about 25 of these. Actually, no. We'll go with just 20. This is a nice little thing I just like to do for my my town. This is not required at all. The light source here. We'll just light it up nicely. And there you go. Your dressing room, madam. Thanks so much, Revolution Keem. Haven't gotten changed their clothes once since they got here. Oh god, that's nasty, dude. But yeah, now that you've built that, as you can see, people will start coming in, and they'll actually change their clothes. So there you go, there's your warrior guy. She's gonna go in there and change as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn that into stone, though. You probably already also figured this out, but whenever you have the colossal coffer thing, you can pull materials from it while, like, it will pull all materials while you're building. So, like, when I'm choosing to craft stuff or forge stuff, it's pulling also from all the stuff that I've got here as well. Alright. Let's put that back, and that. I appreciate the fried eggs, but I'm going to keep them stored for now for the item space. As well as these. Now let's fix up your dressing room. Alright, that's taken care of. All but one of those. And again, you don't have to do this, but it's just something I like doing for the actual village. It's just torching the place up. It looks really nice at night when you do this. It's not gonna let me do it here. That's alright, though. We'll put one right there. This makes it very easy to see at night, which is one of the other big reasons for doing it. Is there anywhere that I kind of skimped on torches? I guess I could put two of them right here. There we go. Beautiful. And it's not a battle quest they have for me. However, notice you've had your hands full lately. Seems you haven't time to focus on the oh, so you're just going to ask me to get it to a higher level, correct? Yeah, I've already done that. So we don't have to worry about that. Cool. The Catelyn Chronicle describes a legendary blacksmith who went by the name of Magog. My boy. Though Magog, my boy, lived many 100 years ago, it seems the descendant is still alive somewhere. If we're able to, by any chance, defeat the monster who rules this land, we must find a way to build even stouter walls and stronger weapons. If anyone knows the secrets of forging such items, that the sky and Magog, my boy, may be your man. Gather all the information I can about him, and I'll let you know as soon as I've tracked him down. When the time comes, I hope I can count on you to do your duty. Now it's a battle thing, but for now, I'm gonna get my hunger up to full. And with that, we're gonna save our game, and we will call it a night. Thank you all very much for watching. We are gonna find a raid target, but just as a side note for future schedules, if you are watching and you are a new watcher, my Discord link is down below. That will give you the schedule for each week of what we are doing. What we are doing most recently for now is we are actually starting, and yes, I do mean starting as in part 1, a run-through of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on Saturday, and it will be a 3-heart run, which I have not done a 3-heart run of that game before. So that will be completely new, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes. And that will start at Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, same time this stream started, and then on Sunday we will be doing more of Icarus Plays Skyward Sword Blind, which is where my friend is playing that blind, and we will start that at about 5:30 Central Standard Time. So look forward to both of those. We might actually bump that to 5, just for the sake of bumping it to 5. We'll kind of see how it goes, but it'll probably be 5 or 5:30, somewhere in that range. So, until then, let's go ahead and find a raid target, shall we? Let's just see who is out and about in the wonderful world of Twitch. I've been raiding Poltergeist a lot recently. Let's see who else we've got here. Usually try to make sure that I do my best to make sure I raid people that have a low amount of people watching. Because it's usually more, you know, it's more of a thing for... I mean, not more of a thing for small streamers, but it's nice to do that for people that don't have as many subscribers. Try to keep the balance and not just add on to people who already have a lot that they're streaming. Let's see here. Let's see if anyone's playing Dragon Quest Builders. No one is playing it right now. Oh wait, maybe someone is. Yep, one other person is playing it. Cool. They are also in Chapter 1, it would appear. That does look to be the case. I'm gonna take one more quick look here as soon as this advertisement is done playing. Game Fuel, victory in a can. Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
We're gonna do something a little different.
Not the best mic in the world, but they are playing this as well, and they are also on Chapter 1, so we'll not be spoiling anything if you want to watch what they're doing. They're definitely towards the start, though. It appears that they've only got 2. They've only got that guy that just walked by on my screen, the bearded one, and your starting character, who I believe is just your character but the opposite gender, so if you picked a female one, I believe it does start as a male character. Still, let's go raid him, shall we? So again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I will see you all on Saturday for Twilight Princess 3 Heart Run, or Sunday for Skyward Sword Part 2 Blind. But until then, I'm going to go rest my back because it is in quite the amount of stress right now. Until then, take care, guys.